All right.
That's an example of that. That's a little short example of why black on black crime and stuff in our community. Cause that was so basic. The brother just cannot forgive you for talking,
I
and he
told him.
got that mad to start cussing you out. That's crazy. That's what the YN's killing people because black people just hate each other. You can't even say no. I'm sorry. You can speak now, and the brother got that mad. That's ridiculous.
It's all King fault.
Yeah, that one was my fault. That was my fault. I got it. That was my
Man,
fault.
But
emotional Christians.
I'm sorry, y'all.
for him
I
to
was
say
just.
that the Catholic Church is like just like what's written in the Bible is insane. But it was King's fault. So, a King, you gotta apologize to the room.
I'm sorry, y'all, but he said something. I had to. Y'all heard what he said?
You can't say but after you sorry, bro. You can't do that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Can I add it to my sorry?
Yes, yes, sir. Add to it. Yes, sir.
But did y'all hear what he said? He said that it's the same. I was like, how? How is this? That's all I was saying. Like
King,
how?
you know how hard it is to like not say stuff sometimes, but it's so hard when people say stuff. You be like, you got to try and hold it in so you can get a conversation. But bro, I feel you. I was like, what? What did he say? Like what? Like what are rosary beads? Where is that in the Bible,
I
sir?
don't. I
Where's
don't
the
think he was
confession?
trolling.
Where's the confession booth in the Bible? What are all those graven images? Why do y'all worship Mary? Come on, man.
Why you got to dig a hole and put Saint Joseph in it?
Bro, what is purgatory? But come on, man. You're not about to tell me that you read the Bible and you was like, yep, Catholic Church. This makes sense. Come on, man. They got all these saints. They got relics. Y'all do know that they save body parts of of old so-called saints. They have like they have feet, ears, hands, and they carry them around, and that's how they make holy water. Like they'll pour the water over the decayed body part of a saint. So they just cut off the saint foot, and they be having it. Like if y'all don't believe me, just go to YouTube and you can watch it. You can watch them do this. Like this is that is not in the Bible.
And then try to sell it to you at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning to you.
Bro, I'm not.
Amazing.
But they gotta be illegal, bro. I mean, to make people you drinking, man. Come on, y'all. It gotta be illegal. I'm gonna find a video. I'll be right back.
Hey, y'all come on stage. Y'all come on stage. Raise your hand. Ask your questions. I'm in the chat. I'm in the KK. Come on stage. Will come on stage. I just sent you an invite. Danielle, I just sent you an invite. Kitty, I just sent you an invite. Have two. All right. Nava. All right, let's go. What y'all got on the topic, y'all? Welcome to the. All right. Kay, what you got on the topic? Welcome to the stage, Kay. Kay, you there? Just unmute your mic.
All right,
All
hold on, give
right.
me a minute because I'm still trying to fill it out.
All right. We heard you. Zerubbabel, you had something you want to say?
On
The
the
hand is up.
topic, but if they want to speak first, they can speak first. But yeah, I did want to say something, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait today.
Nah, you could. She had this. She needs some time.
Oh, okay. I would say
Somebody
um
asked, why do black women love bums? Damn. Yeah, you good. Go ahead, bro.
yeah, I think they to be honest with you to an extent, as long as it's an attractive bum. So if you're attractive, you look good, right? Then Yeah, you definitely can excel with women as long as you have the mouthpiece, right? If you know how to say the right things and put them in those emotional spikes, then yeah, you can still excel. Modern society has kind of lied to a lot of people when it comes to, general female or feminine psychology, where they make it seem like you have to have all these materialistic things and items in order to excel with women, right? But that's not really true. It's more so how you can appeal to the emotional aspect, right? The subconscious brain. If you can emotionally spike them enough, then yeah, you can excel with women. You can still have a normal dating life. Now, would I personally advocate for that? No, because women cost money. If they don't cost you money at the beginning, they're going to cost you money later on. Just for the fact that they can get pregnant with children and they can put you on child support, right? So I wouldn't necessarily advocate it, but you can still, it's definitely, it's something you can definitely do. They still, I
Yeah,
would
you
say, yes,
chopping
they
up.
can.
Yeah.
Your mic is chopping up. Like as you talking, it's
Oh,
just.
what was the last thing you heard me say clearly? Um,
I thought it was just me,
You
but I
said
saw the
something
chat
about
say this.
women cost money. Everything costs money.
Yeah, I was just saying though that yeah, I think they do like bums as long as you're an attractive bum, you can still have success with women. Now would I advocate it? No. Cuz yeah, they're going to cost you money at some point. If not now, later on, for sure.
Would you advocate what?
No,
Being a bum or being a woman attracted to bums?
I'm not advocating for any of it, to be honest. I'm just saying it
Okay.
is possible for a bum. I'm saying that I think,
But
yeah, they do like bums if
why?
they're
Why
attractive.
do they like bums?
It's because it's about how they might appeal to their emotions, right? Like I was saying, like if you can emotionally spike them enough times, they can actually become more and more attracted to that. It's about your mouthpiece. It's about how you look and present yourself and how you essentially trigger or you how do I say this? Initiate certain triggers inside of their subconscious brain. If
Mm.
you can do that, then yeah, you can still have some pretty good results with women, even if you don't have like a bunch of money or, yeah, you can be essentially a bum and still have success. It's very much possible. It's all about how can you appeal to her subconscious brain.
Okay.
Um, I'm not advocating anyone do this though, because again, if you don't have everything in place, you're just gonna hurt yourself and the woman that you're dealing with, and the potential child that could come out of that. So yeah,
Did you just say
that's
a
why I said.
successful bum?
Oh, yeah. What is a successful bum?
Wait, I'm sorry.
I guess if you a bum and you got a bunch of baddies and they drive you around and let you use their car, I guess that would be a successful bum.
A successful bum is someone who, I'm sorry. Uh, so I guess a successful bum could be someone who knows how to like do
Who
certain
knows how to
things.
bum? Like who go to the hotel early in the morning and get the free breakfast?
A bum is a bum.
Yeah,
Or if you can
yeah.
get like a whole bunch of
Oh
women
Lord,
to pay all your bills
That would be
while you
successful.
sit down. That's success. It sounds like success to me.
A
Yeah.
bum is a bum, whether they successful or not. It's like, all right, like,
Why do black women like bums?
so me personally, I can't stand the bum. Why? Because I'm a hardworking black woman. And the same token, it goes back to what he said. It's like it goes from with a person show. You might meet a person, and that person might seem like he everything. Now, me personally, I don't look for money, but it might seem like he everything. Later on down the line, you find out this nigga still live with his mom. Ain't got no job. We want to leech
But
off you. You know, later on down the line, it's the image.
sister, how long does it take to find out a dude still live with his mom? Like how long in that relationship? Shouldn't you find that out real soon? Like
I mean, I found that out within the beginning. That's why I say not speaking for myself because I got questions. I got questions, and I got if you can, if it doesn't make sense to me, it ain't no reason to talk about it.
right.
Like I'm gonna ask, like who you live with, where you stay. I want to know because if you ain't laying with your mom, you laying with another female. But I'm not gonna put myself in that situation to become a bum with you.
Dang, that's like that make a lot of sense. Well,
A lot of
okay,
these
so what?
females,
So what
they
about
look
the
at.
women? Well,
Go
I
ahead.
don't understand it though. Like, okay, so what you saying makes sense, right? You want to find out from the beginning, who you where you living at, who you live with, if you got a job. That makes sense. Like that's smart to me. How do women find themselves with dudes that one married and got a whole family, but they didn't know? Two, live with their parents or mom or live on the couch with their homeboy. Like, and three, don't have a job. Like, how do women find themselves with dudes like this?
So I'm gonna give you a prime example. Um, Met a man, dressed nice, look nice, smell nice, banging his car. Been to this house a million and one times, no female attire around whatsoever, not a perfume bottle, not nothing. Come to find out, the man was married with 6 kids. Is an
Where
image.
were the kid? Where were the kids at? Like,
He
where?
was he would so before we would I would go over there, he would put everything up. Now I'm not a person that's gonna walk through your house looking through your stuff. It's not in plain sight, or it is what it is. Later on, down the line, I figured it out because the wife was on my phone and the same token. A lot of these females let their men do whatever they want. Yo, they're all right, I'm gonna give you this threesome and this is gonna make our relationship better. Or yeah, we got this open relationship and they be cool with it. Not the whole time that like these you giving them the okay to do these things, and then so the next woman really don't know because you're comfortable with them doing it. They ain't got nobody calling their phone, blowing their phone up. They ain't got nobody that on their top the weirdo. I want to know where you at. This one, I with the nigga, he ain't, the phone ain't ring. It wasn't a picture of a kid. It wasn't nothing,
Yeah,
nothing.
that dude got to be like the. I mean, he should get an award or something because you married with 6 kids. I mean, I'm just saying, like he need to work on like work for NASA or something. This dude married
Listen,
with 6 kids, and you were
married
able
with
to
six
come
kids
over
and
to
living
his
the best
house,
life.
and you didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? That hey, listen, like
And
that, like
I'm newsy. I want to know. I ask a million and one questions. Like I didn't ring people away with asking so many questions because I just need to know. Like you're
yeah,
not
but
about to be,
he
and then they
married
be
with
low
six
key
kids.
faggots.
Like most of the time women like I'm gonna keep it real. Like the closet in my master bedroom is huge, but it got all my wife clothes in it. I had to go take another closet for my clothes because she got so much clothes and shoes and
Listen, the
purses.
man opened his closet. The TV hung in a closet. When I say no female attire whatsoever, and it goes, I'm newsy. It wasn't a strand of hair, a brush. It's
Hey
nothing.
man, we need to. You got this dude number still or email address? Cause we gotta get him doing something positive because that's a great mind for him to be able to do that. Um, I
A
don't
great
understand
mind.
for him to trick a woman, for a woman to be able to come to his house. Okay, he got 6 kids, so he got to live in a big house, right? At least a house big
Huge.
enough. Okay, so now he live in his huge house. He was able to get you to think that he lived there by himself. How?
Yeah, and wait.
He
And then it
got
only lasted for
kids.
2 weeks. It lasted for 2 weeks.
They
2
gotta
weeks.
have toys. You mean he got
Nothing.
rid of all the clothes in the other rooms too?
It had to be in the
This dude,
basement.
he
Like,
need to
listen, when the
work.
wife called
Look,
me, when the
he
wife
need to work
called
for
me and she was
NASA or something. This dude need to.
the lady FaceTime me and
He can't
she
work
started
at
showing me.
Burger
I'm like, well,
King.
I ain't see that.
We got this dude got special powers that need to be working in high
Yo,
end positions for him to be able to do that. Sis,
Since how long
I'm
it took
looking
you to
at
find
I'm
out about
looking
the six
right
kids?
now in my bathroom.
hold on, I'm looking at these comments. I wasn't there at night, baby. I was there
I'm looking
from the
at
morning to night.
let's check this out. I'm looking at all my wife's stuff that's on this cabinet. And that's not even the stuff that's inside the cabinet. How was he able to do this? This dude is a genius. Listen, Hey, post his email address in my back chat. I gotta get this guy doing something different than me because there's no way possible.
Man, listen.
Says he must have
Fooled the
drugged you
fuck out of
before he
me.
got there.
Drug too.
Nah, he
Drug
threw
too. I
some.
don't do
Nah,
drugs. I don't drink. I don't do none of that
Y'all
shit.
ever seen the Batman
Listen.
movie when that dude threw that powder in people's face and they start seeing stuff? That's what he did to you. Because there's no
No, no,
way
no, 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 no,
possible.
no. So listen, going back into that.
Sis,
So
wait, just
no,
wait.
no, 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 no.
He
You got
was
listen.
married
He
with
was married, and
6
I was not the only.
kids.
I wasn't the only one.
This dude need to
I
be a
wasn't the only
scientist.
one. When the wife started giving the scoop, the shit got exposed on Facebook and everything. The nigga was him. I just wasn't her to fall for the shit.
I don't know, man. This dude a magician. I don't think you was dealing with a person. This dude was an
This
alien.
being here, I don't think he was
He
dealing
was
with a
from another
person.
planet
I'm
because there is
cracking up.
no way you
Yeah.
didn't know that he had a wife and 6 kids and you was in his
No
house.
way, no how. No way, no how. And it was a personal invite. I got my own house.
He invited you
No,
to his house,
he invited me
married
to
with
his house. I got my own house. I got my own house.
6 kids.
Six
6?
kids.
What you thought all them other bedrooms was for?
It wasn't six bedrooms. That's the crazy part. It wasn't six bedrooms. It was three. I got a three
I,
bedroom house.
I thought he said
No
his house was
kids.
huge.
It's huge as far as the big ass basement. He live out fuck. I ain't gonna get a man location. Where he live at the nice,
Okay,
little
okay.
gated
So
community
he only
type
had
thing.
three. He only
Yeah,
had
that's
three
what I'm saying. So
bedrooms.
if
Okay.
it was a situation to where as though I done seen like, all right, damn, look, got a little mini mansion, you got this amount of bedrooms. Then I got questions about that. I'm not gonna question you about no fucking three bedroom house. I got a three bedroom house with no kids,
Yeah, I mean the way you said 6 kids, I
and
would
I'm
think
not going
4 bedrooms.
right. But all them sold. That's what I was getting into. So the way the wife exposed that shit, yeah, the nigga got six kids, not by the wife.
Oh, okay, they didn't all live in that house.
They didn't ride. I
Okay,
don't even
now it's starting
had
to
she wouldn't have
unfold.
FaceTime me to show me certain shit. Like a lot of shit was hidden in bedrooms. I'm not going through nobody's house to look for shit. If you can't tell me the truth and I gotta find this shit
Shit.
out later on down the line, that's the fuck on you. You the dummy.
Shoot, my dad always told me, you check them closets for boots. You check them
Yeah,
closets for
I ain't.
boots. He's like, you don't ever want to be in another man's house because when he come home, he gonna
So
kill
people
you.
in the comments asking how the wife found me. It started with social media and then she started FaceTiming me.
Oh, don't worry about the
Oh,
chat.
okay.
Yeah. You don't know who the chat is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
who them people is.
yeah, the
But
chat crazy.
yeah, I'm not. But back
We
to the
tell
bum,
them not to
back to the
comment.
bum
They don't.
behavior. You got a lot of men, a lot of black men that puts on this
I don't know if
image.
I don't know if he was a bum. I think
No, he was
that
definitely a bum. He was
I don't
at
know.
all the information that got exposed and stuff like that. Like that was all the white
I
shit. He was
think
definitely a
that's
bum.
not. I'm not gonna give him bum because if he had a house and he was taking care of a family, then that ain't a bum.
I'm gonna give him bum, but like I said, once
He
everything was
just wanted to.
exposed, the wife,
He
the house was in the wife's name. The nigga ain't got no motherfucking job. All it was
oh
the
he
wife
didn't have a
money.
job.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting
This
to. Was a lot of
genius.
people talking. It wasn't one of them. Like he was a bum behavior. That's why I said a bum is a bum. It's not a
So
special
he
type of
didn't
bum.
have a job and he lived in a big house that his wife paid for.
Yep.
Dang, this dude.
From my understanding, the nigga worked in the fuck. He was a realtor and all this other goofy shit. And
So he
meeting
did
them,
have a
yeah, he's
job.
realtor. That's what he said.
Oh.
That's what he
So his
said.
wife was in love with a bum. Like it still goes to
His
the
wife was
question.
in
Like
love with a bum, and that's what I was
like
saying. So when he said,
but you kind of was in, you was with him for a minute. I mean, I'm sure y'all was
2 weeks,
intimate.
2 weeks, it was 2 weeks. And
Got,
within that 2 weeks, it was just like, all right, we vibing, we vibing. As soon as I start getting phone calls, I don't do other females.
but sis, I guess another question though.
Uh-huh.
How in 2 weeks enough time for you to give yourself up to a man? Like I wonder
Who
that
said
too.
who said I gave myself up?
Oh, you didn't have sex with him?
No, that's what I said. We vibed. Literally, we just vibed. It was a vibe. Going out, I'm not a person that's gonna lay in the nigga be. I got my own money. I don't want nothing from you. Like
Sure you
motherfuckers
do.
out here looking for love. I was running them up.
Oh
I want dick.
Lord.
I want dick. And if you can't show me
What
that it's
I'm
is
loyal
just
dick, I
saying,
don't want it. Loyal
when
dick.
women say they don't want nothing from a man, it's like,
I
well, why
don't.
were you over there?
Dick. Loyal dick. You
So
gotta
you
feel a
did want
person
something
out.
from a man. You did want something.
I'm speaking material. It's nothing material that I want from a man.
What woman doesn't want something material from a man?
Me. I
So
don't like a
you mean to
motherfucker
tell
throwing them. I
me?
don't know where
So
you from.
So you mean to
What
tell me?
like you
You mean
from?
to tell me?
Uh-huh.
Let's keep it a buck. You
Hmm.
mean to tell me on your birthday you don't want a man to buy you something for your birthday?
I don't look for it. If it happens, it
No,
happens.
no,
I
no,
do for
no,
myself.
no. Come on now.
I
Let's
don't look
keep it
for it.
real. On Valentine's Day, you mean to tell me if you with a guy and Valentine's Day roll around, you don't want him to buy you something?
Give me your time.
So
Give
you
me
don't
your
want a
time.
gift. So you want to on
That gift,
Valentine's Day, he just show
that
up and
gift is
say,
not
"Hey,
something
let's
that's
go,
that.
let's bang," and you're gonna be like, "Yeah." Come on now, come on, keep
What?
it real.
Listen, just
I
give
listen.
me
I
your
know. I
time.
I know the strong black woman. I don't need a man thing, but come on, you may not need a man, but you mean you don't want a man?
No, I definitely want a man. I don't need one. Definitely want a
Okay.
man. But and like I said, a lot of these, and I was saying that to say a lot of people, a lot of females are materialistic. I don't look for a man for what they got. I would rather fill you out. I want your time, and
Yeah,
then we can go from there. If I can't fill you
I
out to
mean,
get your time, I don't know you.
I hear what you're saying, but a woman wants flowers. You don't want
I don't
flowers?
even like flowers. They stink.
Oh,
I
dang
don't even
man.
like flowers. I'm just saying. Like,
I I mean, you don't want to be at work one day and like somebody drop off some gifts and it come. It's like I was just thinking
it would
about
be
you.
very
Like,
appreciative, and I would like that. In the same token, living in this day and age, a lot of men not on it. I take it
well,
for what it
cause
is.
y'all don't require it. Y'all tell them you don't want shit from them. If I mean, why would I buy you something if you telling me you don't want me to buy nothing? You just want dick. Then that's all I'm gonna give you.
No, 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 no. I don't know who come off just don't buy me nothing, just give me some
Sis,
dick.
that's
I
what
don't
you
know who does
just
that.
said.
That's not what I just
You
said.
just said
That's
you
not what
want
I just said.
loyal dick. That's what you said, sis.
Right, but I never said I declined the gift and told a nigga, "Oh, you just don't give me shit and fuck me."
You
I've
said
never,
you
but
don't want it. You said I don't want nothing from a man.
I don't require it. That's not what I'm on.
That's what I just said, sister. I said women don't require anything. So since you don't, then men are gonna you're gonna get what you require.
Now, granted, you might be a family man and a grown ass man, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
all
been
these
married
men
for
not
like
men. That's what I'm. All these men
yeah,
not men.
but
Now I get what
but
you
the woman
saying.
I
Now,
the
had you had
but the woman that I
when
married, she required something of me.
when you require stuff,
You know, and
let me speak
like
on my
my
situation.
mom,
Requiring things like there ain't a lot of motherfuckers away, and that's why I got the mindset of I'll just do it for
my
myself.
mom required something of my father. That's why they still together today. You know, and that's why I was raised by a man, and that went to work every day. That taught me principles because it was a requirement. My parents required something of me and my brother. We were required to make certain grades. We were required to do something. It was never a you know, you do whatever you want to do. No, we had things that we were required to do. You know, and I
Right.
think that we've gotten to a point to where women have put on this strong masculine I don't need nothing from no nigga to where you getting exactly what you saying you want.
So let me say this. Let me give you this prime example. I done had somebody go all out, and within them going all out, and years later of breaking up, everything that they went on out for went with them when they went out the door. They took it with them. I don't want it. These
But
men
you
ain't men. Granted, you grew up in a two-parent household. A lot of these men aren't.
I mean
Well, I didn't
That's
grow
what
up in a
well
got me
two
at the
parent
mindset that I'm
household.
at now. I grew up in a two-parent
what
household.
I'm saying is that you can decide whether your kids grow up in a two parent household with
Of
how
course.
you deal with men and what you require of a man. But if you don't require
Of
nothing
course.
of a man, 9 times out of 10, your kid is not going to grow up in a two-parent household because you're not requiring that man to marry you before he put his penis inside of you.
Right. You
If
right.
you don't have requirements, then you're what you're saying that I got that a lot of people didn't get. You can change that if you change your requirements. But if all the women act like I don't need no nigga, then I mean, what do men have to what if a man don't have to give you nothing to get what he want, then why would he give you anything?
Right. You right.
All right,
Excuse me.
but stay on stage, sis. Stay on stage.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here for you.
All right.
It goes with
What we
this
got?
Christian.
But no, you not. Don't be here for it, because we not trying to
No, I'm
attack
just like for
nobody.
the conversation. Like I just hopped on. I heard some good conversation. I want to hop on it.
All right, all praises. Oh, well, real quick, I want everybody to know this, because we changed the title and we got to talking. But this is a biblical room. We believe in the Bible. Sometimes we may ask questions. You may be like, you may think that, whatever, but we believe in the Bible. We believe in keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments, and living a life that way. And we want our people to live that way. Sometimes the title's a little clicky bait. We can get a conversation going, but really, that is a question that I have: is why do black women love bums? Like, and then we're gonna have another one for the men too, why they like certain things too. But I forgot how we got here, but we here now. So we got Hannah. I think
Good
Hannah.
morning.
What's going on, sis?
Nothing much. I'm just resting and giving myself some mental self-care.
Mental
So this
self-care for the win. So
absolutely.
so we got a question. I don't know how we even got to this topic, but we did. So we changed the room. Why do black women like bums?
I think it's a mentality that some women have when it comes to their requirements, what they think they are worth. Um there's a saying, you are what you attract. To a certain degree that can be true if your mentality is in that direction. So some women think that the best they can get is only good dick and he doesn't provide. Some women idolize that. It's what their requirements are. It's what is important to them. What they make a priority, what they make at the head of their table in any situation. Who's calling the shots? Is it sex? Is it having a nice round behind? Is it having no stretch marks, looking like the video vixen? Having the latest clothes, the latest brands. What is your idol? What is your main priority? Um, if it's just money, she doesn't care about his character. It's a certain mindset that you have when it comes to a man that doesn't is not able to provide for, let alone himself. It's some inner work that needs to be done. Some things that she's seen people compromise time and time again. But hey, that's just from a personal perspective. I lived a very different life than others, and that's why I'm here to just listen and learn as well. But that's my perspective when it comes to women settling.
Okay, okay. But is it settling? Because if you deal with that type of dude, I don't think to me, if I see you with a guy that's a bum, your number is not high. Like, if if you may be a 10 and you married to a 1, you are no longer a 10. In my eyes, I'm like, something wrong with you too.
Right. Um, because we have to define what is a bum.
A man that can't support himself. To me,
Uh-huh.
that's a bum. He can have if he needs somebody else to support him, he can't get his own place. He can't get a he can't find a way to get to work.
Exactly.
He has to have somebody else for him to live his life. That's, to me, that's a bum. Now, when I say bum, because guess what? There are some men, you're gonna come right out of college. You're trying to find your way. You may still live at home while you're trying to find your way. So what I would kind of put a little more into that is a man that can't support himself, but is trying to be with a woman. How can I say? I don't know. I gotta come up with a better definition. But one, really, a man that can't support himself. Um, he kind of bummy.
Absolutely. I
Uses women.
agree. Right. I was gonna bring up that narrative, Dan. I've actually seen it firsthand where men use women to come up. Just like, the ideology of having a sugar baby.
Post
So,
up and never leave.
huh? Excuse me?
That's what they do.
Post up and never leave. You never seen
Okay.
the video when that dude was like, you got to get over to the house and like, you got to make her a burger. You got to make these burgers, some real good burgers. Then you got to knock the doonies out and never leave. Like you got to make sure she go to work before she leave you in the house and she go to work, and you never leave the house. You got to stay there.
Hey,
That
Judd, didn't he
is
say you gotta roll a joint too? You gotta smoke some weed, get her high, drug
Uh,
her up.
I don't know if he said that. I don't know. I don't remember that part.
Oh,
He could have said it. I don't think he said that though.
Nah,
I
he
could
ain't
have
said that.
sworn he didn't say roll a joint.
No, didn't hear that.
Oh, well, bums do that too anyway.
So okay, yeah, it's weird. Who we got next? Is JC? Is he with us? I can't tell. I ain't been. I don't. JC bet.
It seemed like Bubs got it pretty easy, Judd. I think
What
I
up?
took the wrong route.
I think I went the wrong.
Yeah, I'm here, but
I took the
I'm
wrong
working
route,
right
man.
now.
Okay, we'll move on. We got
Yeah,
Raina.
y'all can put me in the crowd. When I'm available, I'll come back up here.
We got Rena. Raina. I may be saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. Renee. All right, we're gonna go to Danica.
Shalom, I'm in Walmart. We can circle back. It's
You're in
loud out.
Walmart.
Yes, you can circle back to
Hey,
me.
Walmart different now, y'all. I went to Walmart the other day, and like they got like the clothing section is like different. Like they got like nice stuff, like stuff that you wouldn't feel bad about wearing.
Yeah, they got some nice Reebok stuff in here. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
I
okay,
was just about
look
to
at
say that
y'all.
they sell Reebok there. Reebok must have fell out hard,
But
huh?
now you don't
And
buy
they got Steve Madden
Reeboks
in here.
no more. Walmart is about to be. Y'all ever seen Idiocracy?
Yes, sir. yeah, yeah.
What's that? Judd. What's the one with Sylvester Stallone and dang, what's his name? The dude who played Blade.
Wesley
Demolition.
Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah, Demolition Man, dope.
It's like we're going. I'm gonna take you to Taco Bell, and the lady was all excited. He was like Taco Bell. It's like yeah, during the war, all restaurants are Taco Bell now. Never mind. I I like movies, y'all, so I remember stupid stuff off movies. I'm sorry, but um, yeah, okay, she's in Walmart. All right, who we got next? I think we got Yvette. Yvette Flippings. All right, give it a little time. Charity, Sister Charity.
Shalom, good morning, most high in Christ bless. The topic has changed, and I would like to share that it depends on the exposure. Because now that you've defined what a bum is, I have experienced bums or what you're calling bums, and the
What you
reason
think a
that
bum is, right?
oh,
What you think a bum?
say that again. I'm sorry.
What you think a bum?
Oh, I just wasn't clear. Like I'm from New York, so a bum is a dirty person that you know is on the street, like literally. That's a bum from what I was raised to understand.
Well, he would be living
Well,
on
he
the
would
street,
be
but
living on
he
the
can
street,
find a
but he
place
can
to stay in
find a
your
place to
house.
stay in your house.
Not your
Oh,
house,
okay.
but
Not your house, but
Well, I mean, I was raised. I wasn't raised. So my sister was the marrying type, and she got married right away. I did not, and I have had exposure to a profusion of bums, I guess you would call them. And my perspective is that you're trying to be for the black man. You're trying to uplift your community. You're trying to be for the underdog. Some people might say it's a self-esteem issue. But it depends on what exposure you have, like who's talking to you when you're young, who's molding your mind, and what information you've been exposed to. So
You
being a
do.
ride or die or help. Oh, sorry.
You do know, sis, they have black men that have jobs that have degrees or have businesses that own properties that live in a house. They supporting a black man doesn't mean that, that the black man got to be a bum. Like they got black men that do real good for themselves. We're talking about um, the men that you see don't have anything going for them. Why do you make that choice?
Like I said, because you want to be supportive. Like if you have a relationship, if you're first, okay, first it depends on your environment. So I was raised in the hood. I was exposed to a lot of people who didn't come up with privilege, and maybe people call it middle class guilt or whatever. But just because somebody doesn't have something going for themselves, you might see potential. You might feel like their heart is good, and so you give them a chance, hoping that things will go a certain type of way.
Okay, I
Just,
I don't
I,
get it.
I disagree.
I mean, I kind of I don't know because I like I said I worked with this. I remember I worked with this girl. Her name was Tony, and she was attractive. She had a degree. She had a good job. Cause she was my boss. She had a good job, and it was a guy that I went to school with, and I went to high school with. That he liked her, and he would come into the store all the time, and he want to take her to lunch and stuff like that. This dude was he was a well-off brother, had stuff going for him, he had a degree, this and that. He wasn't ugly, you know what I'm saying, no homo, but he wasn't a dude that I would be like, women would be like, ugh, get your ugly ass away from me. He looked like a regular nice looking dude, but it was this bum that used to that moved into our house with her. He didn't have a car. He didn't have a job. He would bring her to work, and then she'd be waiting after work for him to come pick her up. And I used to sit to chill out there, chill with her while he was waiting to pick her up. And I asked her, I was like, Tony, why are you mess with this dude? And she was like, what do you mean? I said, well, he don't have a car. And it's not. I didn't live in New York or somewhere to where you didn't have to have a car. Like, this was Louisiana. You had to have a car. It wasn't no bus system. In Baton Rouge, they had a bus, but not many people rode the bus. You couldn't get places. You needed a car. So it was like, why are you messing with this dude? Like, you're not ugly. You're not, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure it out. And she was just like, what do you mean? And I said, well, the dude, he ain't never here on time to pick you up. Like, and he driving your car, he live in your house. And she got pissed. She was mad at me. She got real mad at me. And she said, see, that's why he don't like it when you be waiting here with me, uh, until he come pick me up. I thought it was just him, but he was right. He right about you. And I was like, what? I was like, this dude got her mind gone. I said, this dude must be dropping inches in her. Like, for
She was
real.
defending her baby boy.
But it's mixed messaging because if a woman was about all of that, then it would be she's a gold digger. But when someone's trying to be about something else, then she like
Look,
bums. It's like we
Gold,
can't
gold,
win.
gold digger talk is for dudes that's bums. Like, like a gold digger is a chick that get with a dude. She don't like him. She don't want to be him. She's just there for his money. That's a gold digger. Yeah, no, that's a gold digger. A woman that makes a decision to be with a man that can support himself is not a gold digger. So there's very difference between they got women that say, look, if you want my number, you got to pay me $500. They are women that's like that. They got Instagram women that's like, if you want to take me somewhere, you got to spend $1,000 on this date or whatnot. Those are gold diggers. A gold digger is not a woman that wants to be with a man that has a job, a car, and a place.
All right, well, shallow. Gold digger was a bad choice of words.
That
I
ain't
apologize,
shallow.
sir.
That's smart.
No, I'm not saying it is. I'm simply answering the question. I'm not saying that that's what this is. I'm saying I'm sharing a perspective on why somebody might choose to do that because
What? Go ahead. What man has a daughter that wants his daughter to be with a dude that don't have a job, don't have a car, and don't have a place to stay? There is not a man on this planet that wants his daughter to end up with a dude like that. So I don't
My
think
dad
she
was
I
should
don't
around,
marry
but
know.
he
no
didn't
dog.
teach me nothing about that. Like, my father was around. He didn't live with me, but he was around, and he never had a conversation with me about the type of man I should be involved with or anything like that. So I was kind of free flowing, figuring things out on my own. Whereas my sister, she had my father in the house, so she was immediately, like, before high school, was ready to get married. So it just depends on the exposure. And then, I was more around, like, more involved in, like, nationality and pro-blackness at the time. So it was more of, like, just defending your people. Like, why your brothers and sisters are suffering. So how are you going to judge them based off of what? And this is just a mentality. I'm not arguing for it. I'm not a proponent for that mentality. I'm just sharing, like, why that happens.
Okay. One of my, favorite artists, when I was a nigga was Jay-Z, and he said, I can't help the poor if I'm one of them. So it's like, if you're trying to help your people, why marry somebody that's not gonna put you in a position to where you can help your people? It don't make sense. But I understand what you're saying though. I just don't get it. Um, we got Tasha up here.
Hey, Judd, when I think
Yo,
about that pro black community, not none toward uses, but that whole hotel community, it never pushes any marriage at all. It's just kind of like, well, this is our heritage. That's what we used to do. We just used to have sex with a whole bunch of different women and men. You know what I mean? That marriage is a white man's concept. So with that being said, a lot of times you just kind of it helps empower like the whoredom spirit that's within our communities that never leads to marriage because it's never a staple in this so-called pro-black communities. I haven't seen it.
hey, sometimes I've been in some of those like groups and stuff like that, like and it's a lot of just whoredom. Is tell the black woman she got and have sex with her. Um, I'm not gonna say it's all of them. But that's what I see. A lot of times, if you ever meet a woman and she say she's spiritual, she going. Like, I mean, that's my experience. I could be wrong, but if she say yes, I'm real spiritual, she is about to be a freak. Um, so, so sure enough, I think you got that. You may be right about that. That I don't get.
They use African spirituality as a cloak. Like, well, this is what we did in Africa, so that's why it's okay. You don't need actual paperwork, long as you know that that's your wife or that's the person that you with. That you can do that. All African men had multiple women. Like, it's just a cloak for you to be a hoe and a whoremonger.
You having spiritual orgies?
Dang, man, I always do this. I never set out my empty water bottles for the water dude. I got so many empty water bottles in my house, and they done already showed up and left. It's all y'all fault.
Damn,
Damn.
damn.
It's King's fault. It's King's your fault, man. I got two more water bottles in my house, and I didn't let the other ones out. Thanks, King.
Hey, being a bum is a cheat code. It's like GTA.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, split, start.
It's like GTA, bro. So I could just be a bum and somebody could be like, you know what? Let me uplift my community. Let me take care of this nigga. I'm like, oh shit. I get to. You trying to tell me I get to drive your car, stay in your house, I ain't gotta work, and I just wait till you come home and we have sex, and I might make a burger or two, nigga. Sign me up. Like, what do we sign up at? Hey man, I had this job back in Oklahoma, and I used to work. I work real hard. I had a job. I worked real hard to make sure I was
Hey,
excelling.
look,
And
hey,
this,
real quick, I'm gonna say something about this. The dude that you never want to work with because he gonna make you look bad every day, and you're gonna be like, I can't stand this nigga.
Damn.
I just know he that type of person that work like this. They be like, "Hey man, you know, you ain't gotta clean, you ain't gotta empty the whole truck right now. We usually take 2 days to do this." Oh no, man, I'm just getting exercise in while I'm doing this, man. Y'all can do what y'all do, and everybody like looking there. It's like, well, we're gonna fire y'all because he does y'all's job. That's what kind of person you are. I can just tell,
Yes, sir. That's actually dead on. So I was doing that. You know what I mean? So I always worked hard. You know what I mean? And this new cat came in. He was eating my, and he ain't do shit, like nothing ever. And like he just never got in trouble for it, and nobody really expect him to do nothing. So like the harder stuff, they'll be like, yeah, hey, Ben Israel, I want you to do this. You know, you can handle this, organize this, make that stuff happen. And then when he came up, his name was Barnum. And so he came up, they said, hey, yeah, here's the camera. I want you to take pictures. I was like, nigga, like, why can't I just take the pictures? I've been busting my ass this whole time. And then somebody came to me and said, that's what you did was when you came in, you worked too hard from the beginning. So you set an expectation. You know what I mean? You gotta come in as a bum. And when you a bum from the beginning, nobody really expects you to do anything. And that's how it is in a lot of our communities. You know what I mean? There's
bruh.
men who are not expected to do shit.
Bruh, listen, you just gave my story when I worked in that warehouse job. You know, I'm up there on the line working hard, and then they moved me to the fastest line, and I'm new, and like, and I'm looking at all these people not do stuff, and I'm like, what the hell going on, man? And like, I'm trying to get off the line and get on the forklift, but they wouldn't let me get off the line, right? They had women getting off the line, getting on the forklift. I said, wait a minute, how in the world is she on the forklift and I'm on the line and I've been here? I'm like, wait, something ain't right. And then one of the dudes was like, bro, you kind of too good, bro. They can't afford for you to come off the line. I said, really? So I just started working real slow one day, bro. They were ready to write me up. I said, everybody else working. It was just like, yeah, but you know, you're on 5 and you got to do this and this. And I'm just like, dang, I should have came in and took 30 bathroom breaks like everybody else. You know, I should have did like, yep, this is it. Whoever just said that, like office space. I do just enough not to get fired. That's what I should have did, but that just ain't me. So I guess dudes that do just enough to be in a relationship, you know, dang, that's the cheat code. You right, sure enough.
So let's reset and everything, instead of getting a wife and having kids and taking care of them and providing for them and all that, you could just be a bum and a woman will come and take care of you. That is crazy work, bro. Yeah.
Let me see. Who was next? I can't remember. Spoke. Sorry. Rena, uh, are you there?
Shalom, sir. Can you hear me?
Did you just call me sir?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm already thinning, you know, in my hair, and that just got to make me feel older by calling me.
Um, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shalom, shalom, leader. How are you doing today?
We're doing good.
Is
Sound like
that
you're
much
at the
better?
park or something.
But I've been in and out of the conversation, and I thought it was a very interesting topic. Um, but the question is, why do black women love bums? Well, from what I've seen, just in the friendships that I've had in the past, uh, a lot of a lot of these women that I've seen, they need. It's like they want love, and as soon as they see that some
Can y'all hear her? Cause I
where then
She went
can
out
you
for
hear
me.
me?
I thought it was just me.
Okay, one second, one second. All right, can you hear me now?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. I was saying that a lot of women they kind of want love. So when someone comes along, they tend to get really attached to that person in a way, emotionally and everything else. And at the same time, they don't really, you know, they rush into these types of relationships. Like, I've known people, I've had friends that get into relationships within 3 4 months of meeting someone just because they kind of they rush things, like they want love, they rush everything. So it's it's also like the mentality as well. They can be very naive and just accept, like I said, like the bare minimum from a lot of these type of men. And then because they're so attached to them, and they're so now they cannot. It's like they cannot see themselves. They cannot see themselves living their life without this type of person. They get used to having like somebody else, like seeing them every day, um, spending a lot of their time with them. So the reality of just cutting off that person, not having that person, there for them, is really hard for them to like accept. So and then the relationship, the toxic relationship, just drags on and on and on. And mind you, these are again like bombs that are just hurting them, like taking advantage of them, verbally abusing them, anything, you name it. So it just depends on a lot of things, honestly.
Hey,
And you know what the what that certain
Sister
type of
Rena.
woman. Yes, sir.
Another thing I think when you look at it in another aspect, a lot of sisters, especially black sisters in the Christian church, they have domineering spirits. So
Mhm.
they
I
fight
definitely
with
agree with that.
right. They fight with usurping authority. So a lot of them tend to get these weak men
Mhm.
that are just like the ones that attend the Christian church, so they can kind of rule over them and be that like motherly spirit, like they married to their sons,
Yes, that's
so they can
very true.
basically
Very
tell
true.
them what the hell to do, because they don't want no real man to come into the
Mm-mm.
house and actually rule over the house the way God intended it to be. So they get these weak men that they can There's no like that dominatrix spirit.
Dan, you jumped the gun, man. Just got to let
No,
all
no,
the women
that's very
speak,
true.
and then we hit them with the facts.
Yes, sir. Man,
But that's very true though, because they, like, it's in our natural, as women, for us. I mean, for me at least, to want to care and love and help and take care of someone. So they allow themselves to be taken advantage of in that sense. And then, like you said, they don't necessarily want someone who's going to lead them the right way. A lot of the times I've noticed that if a man is trying to exert authority in any type of way, it doesn't even have to be in a toxic way, just in any type of way, they take that as just, oh, you're trying to boss me around, you're trying to talk over me, you're trying to do all these things. But it's not, it's like, no, you just don't know or cannot submit, because just the mindset, it's just so different nowadays. It's so different, it's so messed up.
right?
Yep,
Crazy work, crazy.
yep. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to change my picture from that crazy, from the little lady. It freaked me out every time I looked at it. Is it changed or is it the same?
It still look
It's
the same.
changed. Nah,
Oh,
it's
Yeah,
changed. You
you
gotta
good, Judge. It's
reload it.
changed.
oh yeah, now.
All right, all right. I'm me again. I'm not Caroline. All right, so what was I about to say? Yeah, like I was really about to, I'm listening to, did we get everybody? Did Tasha speak?
No, I didn't.
All right, go ahead, Tasha.
So my opinion on this topic. Hello, everybody. Um, I think it's like different categories of bums as men, far as like,
Do explain.
um, so you could have one bum over here, as far as like, really just don't care about life, no motivation, no drive, and they go through every day feeling that way, and they're okay with that. And then you have this other bum where they want something for themselves, but they don't have the means or the tools to get it or the information to start where they want to go. So they're kind of falling in bum scale because they don't have the help. So for them to find a woman that probably helped them get to where he needs to go, yeah, he's a bum in the beginning, but if she's helping him get out of bum stage, then what do we do with that bum? Like, do we just say you're just
Well,
a
why? This the question. You're a woman, right? You're a woman. Okay. Let's say you got a college educated and a job, or say you didn't go to college, but you have a professional job. You got your own place. You got
Mhm.
a car, or you live in a place where you don't need a car, right? So you're taking care of yourself, right? Why do you pick a bum, whether it be a bum? Because you said the first bum was a dude with no what you said, no drive.
Yeah, no drive, no
But
motivation.
does this guy have his own place? And how? Because you can have a job, a house,
Yeah.
and a car, but not really want to go nowhere. You just be like, I'm cool with this. Now I make 50K. That's enough for me to take care of myself. I can eat. I'm not trying to be a six-figure person. I'm just, this is me. I'm happy. I'm content. I got two pairs of shoes, work clothes. I'm just content with where I'm at, right? But you may not have no drive. You may like, I don't really need a promotion. I like working this job. I'm good, right?
Well, I
But
wouldn't.
then you can have a dude with all the ideas. Hey, is Show Enough still here? Show
Yes,
Enough,
sir.
me and you both know a guy that has so many different ideas, but he was a bum.
Yep.
You know,
100%
you know what
bum.
I'm talking about. the,
Yep.
the thief, the thief, right? This guy had all kinds of ideas, great aspirations. He even handled himself like he knew something. I remember me and him had a back and forth about what would you rather, 800 credit score or $100,000. I was like, I would rather $100,000, and he was like, no, you would want the 800 credit score because you could take that credit score, you could turn it to. I said, no, you can't. I was like, you can't just show up with a credit score and they're gonna just give you stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, yeah, you can. This and that. I said, do you have 800 credit score? He was like, no. I said, then you don't know what you're talking about. But he had all kinds of ideas and aspirations, but he was a bum. So, like, why would you, as a woman that's taking care of yourself, pick a man with a lot of ideas, but he lived with his mom?
Well, I wouldn't pick that necessarily, but like I want to piggyback back off. What was her name that was speaking? I really believe it's self confidence with some women that choose bums as their significant other, because bums, they really pour into the women when they really need them. So women that don't really have no self esteem, they fall right into the hole of the bum. And then before you know it, it's 4 or 5 years later, and you're like, dang, he's still bumming. So if your self esteem is not high, then it's already a trap. you meeting the bum.
But if you got low self esteem, wouldn't you want a man that has high self esteem to balance that? Like, why would you want somebody to be low like you?
Right. So the fact that he's a bum, his self esteem may be low, but the way he's craving for your help. I mean, some women will take that like, he really need me and he wants me. Like they would take him wanting your help as like he really wants me. Like some women
Oh,
can
yeah,
get that
mama.
confused.
Okay. I'm gonna say something and your sisters ain't gonna like it. All right. I'm just gonna say something. That is very stupid. I'm just saying. I think I listen, I it doesn't make any logical sense for someone to want to out listen. It don't make any sense for a woman that's doing good for herself to pick a dude that lived with his mom that ain't got nothing going on, that ain't got nothing, that he don't have I mean he can't support himself. Like, it doesn't make any sense,
He
you know.
hustling backwards.
Yeah, you are definitely hustling backwards. It makes no sense to have that. I think he's gonna do good, and I think just no, he ain't doing it. He ain't gonna do good. I mean, okay, he could. It's a possibility that you can help him, and you could be that inspiration he need. Right? There are guys that needed a push, and that woman pushed them. Yes, but why would you pick that? Like, why would you like gamble? Why would you roll the dice and say this may be the dude that can climb out of the hole if I help him? Like, why would you roll the dice? Why wouldn't you just pick a dude that's doing good? I don't get it. The only explanation is that you don't want a man that's in the position to tell you to shut the hell up and I don't need you. That's that to me. That's the only thing that makes sense. That you don't want to do that. Look. He got money in the bank. He got a good career. He got transportation. He got his own place. He don't need you. And I think you don't want to be in a situation to where a man can say, "Look, if you don't like it, you can get your shit and get the fuck out." That's what I think. I think all y'all I ain't gonna say y'all lying, but I'm gonna say y'all living in a false reality the way you think you're doing this because you want to help a dude, but you're really doing it because you don't want a dude that's in a position that say I don't need you. And I think that's why black women, they always push the I don't need a man. I don't need you. I don't need this. And I think they say it so much because that's really what they're afraid of, is to being with a dude to where you have to bring what word I'm looking for. You have to bring something that make him want you and need you.
Value.
Yeah, you got to bring value. And I think that's a fear of having to bring value to a relationship. That's what I think. Because nothing else make any sense. It just don't make any sense for the most educated people on the planet to pick dudes that don't have nothing going for them on the whim that they may change. It is retarded. My way only makes sense. I don't think the other way makes any sense.
Hey, I think they keep confusing like potential and aspirations. You can have a lot of people have aspirations to do a lot of things, but do you have the potential to do it? A brother might have aspiration of being a basketball player, but he's 5'3". Does he have the potential to do that?
Hey man, what Spud Webb and Muggsy Bogues, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man, that's one in a billion. You know what I mean?
Anomalies.
Do they actually have the potential to do that? Potential meaning like it's tangible things there to show that they're gonna be able to get to this position that they aspire to be at. Niggas sitting around smoking weed all the time that aspire to be millionaires. I got people I went to high school with who are still aspiring to be rappers. Nigga, you almost 40. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that have aspirations, but do they have the potential to do it? I think it what the sister was saying. You kind of want to just play that mommy role. You want to be in that position where you can take care of somebody and they have to rely on you, just like Jill was saying. And I think the sister nailed it on the head when she said that. You're like, that he needs my help. I gotta help him. He can't do it without me. So that's the reason why like sisters go to these type of brothers.
Can I
Hey,
ask
sure
a
enough, I
question?
actually I actually seen a video like that. It's funny this topic is coming up a few weeks back, and I think the sister was speaking for the collective of the sisters. She was basically saying that the reason she chooses those type of men so she can have the gratification to say that she put them on and that they needed her in order to get in the position that they were in. So yeah, I agree.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
There's just so many women. How would that even be possible to control a man by helping him when there's millions of women trying to help a man, trying to be with a man? The numbers, the ratio is just, it's unbelievable, female to male. So how
It's
could
not that.
helping
It's
a
not that.
man,
The ratio is
well,
not
I
that.
mean,
Not that big a deal.
it's as far as eligible men to eligible women, the ratio is pretty is bleak for women. So how could helping a man be a weapon?
I mean, I don't understand the other way. The other way don't make any sense. Like the what y'all presented makes no logical sense for the smartest people on the planet, which are women, the most educated, which are women, black women, to pick a man that has nothing going for itself. None of the reasons y'all gave make any sense. It
It's
don't
like
make any sense. It
it's like
makes no sense whatsoever. Why would listen? There are men. Yeah, this. I remember Kevin Samuels used to break out the statistics. I forgot where he used to get them from, like black demographics, whatever. I don't know if that was real or not, but they was on a website. So whether it was real or not, but he would break down like there are a lot of single professional men without kids, that are available. But for you to get them, you have to bring value to the situation. And I don't think any man that's worth his salt, you know, hey, I'll just find out what that meant, worth his salt. You know, I'll tell y'all later. But I don't think any man worth his salt would want to pick a woman with the I don't need a man type mindset, because the sister that was up here earlier, I don't remember her name, but she was just like, I don't need nothing for no nigga. And I wouldn't want you. Like, I want, listen, the one of the best thing my wife has ever said to me ever. She said the one reason why I married you is because I knew that if anything happened, you would figure out a way to get us out of that situation. That's like, I'll never forget that she said that to me. It made me feel good just saying it now. But I want to make I mean, who would want a woman that's like, I don't need you? Nobody would want a woman like that. It's like like no man that's out here working. Because when we read the scriptures, right? Go to First Ezra chapter 4. I'm gonna read something in the scriptures. First Ezra chapter 4. Start at verse First Ezra chapter 4. And so basically, it was a question that was asked to the king asked this question to his three bodyguards. It was like, what's the most powerful thing? Let me see. Let me start. I think it starts at 3. Read First Exodus 3 and verse. I think it's 9. Wait. Let me make sure. Read verse 9. I think it's verse 9.
The book of First Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 9. If he command to cut down, they cut down. If he command to
No,
plant,
no,
they
no, no, not that. Let me get the question. Subject. I know it's
you want
verse.
verse 13.
Is that the question when he asked them?
13 is the start, 14 is the question.
All right, go with it. I'm believe you.
First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 13. Then the third, who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was
Nah,
Zerubbabel.
nah, that's not it.
That's
Because
not
they
it.
already going into it. The question. Let me see. Maybe it's first Esdras 2. Come on, where y'all nerds at? Somebody help me out. It's got to be in chapter 3. Basically, he asked the question, "What's the strongest? What is the strongest thing? Um, what's the strongest? What has the most power, right? Over men." So that was the question, right? So read start at verse 10. First Ezra 3 verse 10.
First Ezra chapter 3 and verse 10. The first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are the strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory.
Right. So he asked his bodyguards, what's the strongest? What's got the most power over men? The first one said wine, the second one said the king, and the third one said women, right? Now go to first Ezra chapter 4 and start at verse. I'm sorry, I'm looking on my phone, y'all, so I don't have it highlighted. 13.
Yes, sir. It's the book of First Ezra, chapter 4, verse 13. Then the third, who had spoken of woman and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or have the lordship over them? Are they not women?
So it says, look, it's not wine, it's not the king, it's not that. It's the way you say, who rule over all this? It says, is it not women? Read.
Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. But this also ye must know, that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil, and give and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh his sword, and goeth away to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes.
Right. So we're reading the Bible, how the Bible is letting you know that a man he will lose his life for a woman. He don't care about, look, everything that a man do is for a woman, right? Men are not trying to be CEOs of companies so they can hang out with other men. They doing it so they could be with women. We do stuff, we move because of women. The Bible is letting you know, is letting y'all sisters know that y'all have power and dominion over a man. It's like they like, nah, the wine has power. It's like women give birth to the people that grow the damn grapes. What are you talking about? It's like the king is the power. It's like, yeah, but the king is raised up. He's nurtured by his mom. When you read Proverbs 31, that's a mom talking to a prince, telling him how to find a woman, right? When we see these things, like, if you ever watched, what was that? Was it Game of Thrones? How the mom and how she basically manipulated her son the whole time to get her to do what she wanted to do. The women have power, right? And that's something that I think women don't truly understand. Y'all don't understand the power that y'all have, to make stuff move the way you want it to move. I'm sorry, I used to be into rap, but Pimp C was like, you talk about you broke, but you sitting on gold. You got all the power. Y'all just don't know how to use it. You don't know how to use it. It's showing, the Bible is showing that women have the power. They have the dominion. A man will do anything for a woman. But if you don't require him to do it, then he ain't gonna do it. If you're not requiring him to be to be at a standard, then guess what? He ain't gonna do it. Like the sister said, she never seen this phenomenon, but hey, drug dealers or whatnot, you don't think they taking care of women? Them big drug dealers making all that money. Where do you think these women getting the money to get their hair done? These women that live in the projects in the hood, where do you think they getting the money from? You think they out there selling dope, being able to get $200, $300, $400 hairdos every other week? A dude is paying that bill. Guaranteed, it's a man paying that bill. I promise you, there's a man paying that bill. It is what it is. Dudes will do whatever they do, and they will take care of a woman. So you got to ask yourself a question: why are women finding the men that want to be taken care of? It don't make any sense. A man worth his salt wants to be successful, and he wants to take care of a woman. But if you tell him you don't need him, he don't want you. He's looking for someone to take care of. He's looking for someone that needs him. That's the natural state. But if you like, I don't need no man, then you ain't gonna find a man. The only thing you're gonna be good for is a bum. So I just think maybe the mindset needs to change in the women. You got all these women independent. Beyonce is married to a billionaire. She is not independent. I just want y'all to recognize that. She ain't independent. Cardi B, she'll take what you call, she still will take what's his name back. All the stuff that done came out, all the stuff that he done did, she'll take him back. Promise you. I know they still probably having sex. I think I think women got to change their mindset on how they want to be. And if you put out that you don't need a man, you ain't gonna find one. You gonna find a bum. He right there. Hey, and all men know what I just read about men ago. There's many men in prison right now over some dispute dealing with a woman. A man. I'll take you out over my wife. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You disrespect my wife. I'll find out what happened later. You know, um, and that's just the truth. That's just the truth. A real man. There you go. A man is gonna crash out over a woman all day long. What's the dude name? The football player, the dude that played both ways, that's about to go into the league. All this stuff coming out about his woman, Travis Travis Hunter. All this stuff coming out about the chick that he with, and he don't even care. He like, I done cut off all my social media or whatnot. This dude is about to, I don't know if it's true. But let's just say it is true about how that woman is. He don't care. This dude is about to become a multimillionaire and give it all to this sister that all this stuff coming out about her being in the clubs and this and that. This dude, he'll definitely kill you over that woman. That's the state of a man. A real man wants to, pro- provide and be able to take care of his woman. So I don't know. How do women end up with bums? I think it's because they want to be dominant. That Eve is dominant in these women, and they don't want a man. Adam was a god on earth. Eve could have just been married to the god of the earth, to a god on earth. She didn't want to be that. She wanted to be equal to him. And now we all messed up right now because of it. And I think a lot of our women had that same mindset. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm here, Mike.
Judd, I think you're wrong.
Okay.
If I may add, this whole
Why do women like bums then? Why do black women like bums?
they don't. It's not that they like bums. It's the culture, how the
They like
men would say, "Wait, don't cut me off." The way the men would say, "You guys are gold diggers. Y'all don't want to help build a brother up. You need to
That's
be more
fine.
pro black."
I'm with you on that, right?
That's how that
You
sister
can
that
you
was
can
on
tell,
here.
but listen,
That's what
listen.
she. That's why
Let's
she
just
acted the way she did.
women are smart, right? You're a woman. Are you dumb?
No.
No, you're not dumb. Okay. So since knowing that you're not dumb, why would you pick, no matter what anybody say, why would you pick a man without a place to live, without transportation, and without a job? Why would you do that?
Well, in the past, I dated someone for 8 years. We started dating when I was 23, and he had a lot of ambition. And he was working on a hip hop site. He did coding. He had his degree in communication and journalism. Things were looking good, but he lived with his mama, and the years just started passing. So when I got in my 30s, matter of fact, it was my 30s, the mid, like March, I was like, I ain't going into my 30s with this bullshit. And I
So
dumped
y'all
him.
was together for 7 years?
she said 8.
7, 8 years. Eight.
That's crazy. So I wouldn't consider you smart, sis, because 8 years, you first of all, you got a dude sexing you for 8 years and he lived with his mom. Like, it don't make any sense to me.
Well, he was also a manipulator. So he'll be
No,
like,
no,
I don't
no,
do
no.
drugs. N-
You not
No, no,
stupid
no,
though.
no, no. No, 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 no. He's like, I'm
Sis, you
not
not stupid.
criminal. I don't do drugs. I don't
He
beat
lived
you.
with his mom and he
His
was
mom used to guilt
23.
trip me into being with him still. She used to be like, You're like my
Damn,
daughter
sis,
in
get some
law. I love
accountability.
you.
It's you.
Hold on, let the sister go, man. Let the sister go. Sis, you you saw this man. He lived with his mom. You all the way until you were 30. And you're telling me, like, that it wasn't, I don't get it. It's
Well,
either were you
you
smart
said,
or,
hey, do you want to like assume or you want to listen? Because we're giving you
I
our
mean, I'm
perspective.
listening. It's just not making any sense.
Okay, well, to you, because you're a man. But to us, well, to women that did what I did, I thought I was helping a brother out. I thought I was being down.
So basically what you're telling me is that men are smart and women are not smart. Because I would never let my daughter get in a situation like that. Never, never. I'll beat a nigga if she was like, "No, I'm gonna be with him." I'm like, "Okay." I'll show up. I'll beat the dude ass. I'm like, you ever talk to my daughter again, it's gonna be worse. I wouldn't allow my daughter to be in a situation like that because I know that she's in a stupid situation. So
Yeah,
the
well,
whole the theory that women are educated can't be true then, because nobody that's smart would think to do something like that, to be with a dude for 8 years that lived with his mom. I could see if y'all was like 13 or 14 and y'all it was puppy love until y'all got to like college and you was like, wait a minute, now but you were past the college age. You are an adult.
well, that was my first attachment. I never had a relationship that long.
Um, so you wasn't really smart about the situation.
No, of course, I learned from the situation. If I ever see anything like that happening again, I'll cut it off from the start. But I was young.
You wasn't
I was
young. You was 20, you
attached.
was 23. You wasn't
I was
young.
23. That's young. Okay.
No, no, ma'am.
Yes. That
That
was my
ain't
longest relationship.
that wasn't a relationship.
So I kind of get what you're saying, Drew. Like right off the bat, just judge the situation of who this guy is, what's going on with him,
It
and
would it would make men aspire to do more. It would make you say, imagine this, sisters. I want y'all to imagine something. You meet a guy, he come over to your house and he walk in, and y'all sit and watch TV for 30 minutes and y'all have sex. What does he have to do now? He don't have to do nothing. You require nothing of him. Now imagine this. He come to your house, you meet him at the door with your purse on your shoulder, and you say, all right, where we going? And he say, well, I think we was gonna chill. And you like, no, we ain't chilling. I don't barely know you. At this point, he has to make a decision. He has to decide, do I want to put work into this relationship, or do I want to go find another stupid woman? You're gonna know what you got on that day. And that don't mean after that one date you let him come into your house and have sex with you. You make him wait and wait. And if you want to live according to the scriptures, you don't have sex with him until he puts a ring on your finger and signs paperwork. But if y'all started doing that, we wouldn't have as many bum dudes, because a man, he wants to be with a woman. But if you allow him to live with his mom and not do nothing, it ain't his fault. I don't know. I
it's
mean,
most
maybe I'm
definitely
just
his
different.
fault.
So it's his fault that you letting him hit without working for it.
What you said?
Now I was talking to Tasha.
I'm sorry.
It's his fault because it's his mindset. Like, why would it be
Let me
like
ask you a question. If you work a job and your job says all you got to do is sit in this chair and I'm gonna pay you $1 million a year, then the company go bankrupt, whose fault is it?
that?
It's the company.
Thank you. It's not the person's fault that you letting them sit in a chair and make $1 million a year. It's the company that are hiring people to sit in chairs and pay them $1 million. So if you are a woman and you are letting a man come to your house, have sex with you, eat your food, drive your car, and then go back to his mama house, it is not his fault. It is your fault.
Well, to be fair, I didn't do none of that.
You was giving them the cookies, sis.
Well, I did do that.
There you go. And he was living with his mom, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you did it. It's your fault. You made a decision. You made a decision that I'm gonna deal with this bum until he get unbumming, and he never transitioned. You made a decision that this dude ain't got shit, but I'm gonna pray and hope that he have shit. And I'm sorry, y'all crazy. I mean, listen, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I don't. I be trying to think that maybe dudes really got that much game, but y'all, some of y'all sisters done been through the same situation 3, 4, 5 times, and y'all just keep doing it. Y'all need to come back to God.
Jay, may I ask her a question?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, because it was just because you brought up like the employment situation. So in regards to an employment situation, not even the owner of the company, you as an employee, if you're sitting at your job and you're not performing after so long, what happens?
Oh, they fire you, but they wouldn't even hire you if you didn't meet qualifications. So that so you gotta meet qualifications to get hired. Some jobs they hire anybody.
Some women just not strong minded women, and they like they wear their heart on their sleeve, and it's just different type of women out here.
No, let's say call it what it is. Some women are not smart. It's
It's
not
not
strong.
about being
It's
smart because
smart.
she
It's
can
got to be smart. It's smart. They not smart. You got to be dumb to get with a dude.
and no.
Rats don't even do that. Y'all women know that the female rat will not have sex with the male rat if he don't have his own place to live. And
Damn.
you may find it weird. You may be like, "Oh, that make." You can look this up. A rat, a woman rat, will not have sex with a man rat if he don't have his own place. And you be like, "Own place? Rats don't have a place." Yeah, they do. Y'all can look this up. Women, y'all look. When you're outside of the natural order of things, you don't perform good. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it don't make any sense. It's not. Just call it what it is. It's like you say low self esteem. Just call it dumb. It's just dumb. Y'all need men. Y'all need men. You need fathers. You need brothers. You need husbands. You need men. Women need men because without men, you make dumb decisions. And we just got to get to a point where women say, "I need men. I need a man." You need a man.
Facts.
Them people lying to y'all. And you know what? And when you don't have a man, you make bad financial decisions. You make all kinds of bad decisions. You make many bad decisions. You need a man. Read Genesis 3:16.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband,
You need a man. Keep reading.
and he shall rule over thee.
Y'all sisters need men. That's it on that scripture.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all sister, you need a man. If you living a life where your mind is you don't need a man, then guess what? You're gonna end up looking stupid out here. You're gonna end up being with a dude for 10 years, and with nothing to show for it, and you gotta start. Then you gotta start over. Uh, you're gonna be like, "I was your lover and your secretary," Working every day of the week.
And Judd, a lot of them starting over with a lot of baggage, man. A lot of
Yep.
baggage.
Yep. You're gonna miss your bus. You can't hurry up because you got so much stuff. You better get it right the first time. At least get it right the second time.
What if he turned into a bum while with her and he wasn't a bum?
That's different then.
Okay.
That's different. If he turned into a bum while he with you, that's a whole nother situation. I'm talking about picking a bum. Cause you could pick a dude that got a nice job, got everything going for him. You get with him, and then he just be like, I ain't doing all this. No, I'm done. I don't know if I'm not gonna say if it happened or not because it probably do happen. It probably I'm
But
sure
I told you that he graduated from college.
he was living with
Hold
his
on,
He
mom.
but
was doing the only thing he had his own car. The only thing was he was living with his mom. He was saving up for his
did
place.
did he turn himself into a bum, or did you turn him into a bum?
I
Oh
didn't
shit.
turn him into a bum. He ended up suffering from mental health issues.
I don't know. That's just a question.
No, I answered your question.
Oh, so he was crazy too.
Yeah, he ended up turning crazy.
He turned crazy, or he was always crazy. Because women ignore them flags.
Well, he did have anger issues, and I did
Hey,
ignore
there we
those
go.
flags.
There we go. Go. There we go. See. Yeah, y'all sisters need a man.
Well, my
If we
dad
just
didn't like him, but
your dad didn't like him.
no.
There you
But
go,
he
right there.
never met him. He only heard what my sister
There
told
you
him.
go. There you go. It don't matter. Your dad. Look, there's women need men. Women need men. If you would listen to your daddy, you've been good.
That's true.
A man know if another man full of shit right off the rip.
My dad told me, if he didn't have his father in his life, don't be with him because he's gonna be emotional.
I'll say your dad was on point. All righty then. So we're coming to the understanding that women need men. See, if I'm telling y'all, if y'all sisters keep saying y'all don't need a man, y'all gonna keep getting what y'all get. I'm telling you, these men ain't gonna aspire for nothing. They not gonna push, and the men that do, they ain't gonna want you, and they gonna get that white girl. Like who was that? Didn't Kevin Gates say that? Kevin Gates was like, he said he don't he said something about LeBron James about like how she look at him. And like she said, see the way them white women be looking at LeBron James when he be walking off the court, like they in awe. And then he walk up to his wife and she just kind of like, yeah, whatever. He's like, something ain't right about that. Now, I think that LeBron James' wife love him. I do. I think she love him. She with him and whatever. They seem like they got a good thing going on. But what he said, it's kind of like he letting you know that men need that. Men want to feel like they the most important thing in your life. And I think the mindset now with women is that, so what? You know, I don't want this nigga. I don't need this nigga. I can do my own thing. I could divorce him right now and get 50%. Not, and I don't think she think that. I think they got a good thing going on. Somebody said that he cheating. I said, ain't no proof to that. So if it ain't no proof to that, I ain't no woman that came out, then he ain't cheating. Y'all slander a black man. Yeah, she know he cheating. How you know he cheating? Prove it. But what Kevin Gates said, which I think that was a bad example. I don't know, but he right though. Sometimes these damn thoughts or be in your face, smiling in your face, giving you all these compliments and stuff, and the person that you with act like they don't need you. Y'all sisters gotta cut that out. I'm telling y'all gonna keep getting bums. You gonna get exactly what you asked for. The type of man that don't want a woman that need him. Why you ain't, I ain't never read no woman in the Bible say they ain't need a man. Alrighty then. I don't know. It is what it is. All right. So, Caleb, we got Barnabas in the building.
And so I'm here, on this treadmill.
But your ass just don't stop working out.
I'm just trying to sweat this little sickness out. I got
Right.
sick.
Bruh, what you need to do is kick your kids out of the house, bro. That's why you always getting sick, bro. Just
Oh,
kick
you
them
look
out.
pretty good. Hey, look,
Bro.
they heard you say that.
Right.
That's
Just
it.
kick
Look,
them out, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell you where you can send them. Send them to this place in Birmingham. Just send them over there, and they can stay there, and they ain't gotta stay with you no more. You won't get sick.
yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. What you call them again? What's Mayo ass? What's y'all name? Y'all know what it is. What's y'all name? Chip and
What's
Dip.
chip and
Dip
dip?
heard me. He started looking over here. I said, kick us out.
Oh man, but I don't know. Anybody else got something on it? Caleb, what's up, man? Oh Lord, we got Gene. Gene came off his mic.
Yeah, the Bible say a bum nigga is given to a wicked woman in Sirach 22.
Hey, you got a point there. I guess the bumminess attracts itself to each other. It's
It
like
says she the heaviness of her father because she don't listen, like the sister said.
yeah, yeah. Hey, the Bible got all the answers, all the answers. Hey, somebody pick up real quick. I got to roll for a second. Somebody pick up. Who got it?
Yes,
Can I
sir.
bring
We'll
that
hold it
scripture
down.
out? Oh, my fault.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
got. Yeah, you got it, Gene. Go ahead.
It's Sirach 22 and start at verse 1. The sister
It's the book.
laughed.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 22, verse 1. A slothful man is compared to a filthy stone,
So the Bible just said a slothful man, or what we call today a bum, is compared to a filthy stone, or he's like a piece of shit. Read.
and everyone will hiss him out to his disgrace.
Right. Everybody gonna disrespect him and talk bad about him. He got a bad name. Read.
A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill.
Mm-hmm.
Every man that takes it up will shake his hand.
Right. Don't nobody want to be associated with this man except for the bum black woman that want to be with him. Keep reading. It's gonna compare the bum black woman to the bum black man. They come together. They always find each other. Read.
An evil nurtured son is the dishonor of his father that
Uh-huh.
begat him.
Keep
And a
going.
and a foolish daughter
Oh
is
what?
born to and a
It said
foolish
what?
and a foolish daughter is born to his loss.
Right. So just like how a father is dishonored by his bum son, likewise is a foolish woman. They the same. The bum son and the foolish daughter, they the same in the father's eyes. They the same. They always end up with each other. Keep reading.
A wise daughter shall bring an inheritance to her husband,
Right. A wise daughter gonna find a brother that got some sense. She gonna listen to her father. She ain't gonna be with no brother for 8 years and he ain't got no house. How you a grown man and you with somebody for 8 years but you ain't got no house? That don't make no sense. Read.
but she that liveth dishonestly
It
is
says she that do of what?
liveth dishonestly.
You living a dishonest lifestyle because I'm quite sure people told you that brother wasn't no good. Multiple people probably told you, girl, that brother ain't no good. He live with his mama. He talking about he want to be a rapper and start a website. That's every nigga on YouTube. But you was dishonest and you probably made some type of excuse in your head about, well, um, he do this and he do that. That you was lying to yourself and you was lying to other people. And the Bible said when women do stuff like that, this is what they become to their fathers. Read.
But she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness.
Now your father worried about you. He like, oh God. He know you gonna bring shame to him. He know you gonna it's gonna cause problems in your life, which is gonna cause problems in his life, because he probably gotta help clean up your messes. Your parents, they got well, I know my daughter, she make bad decisions. You're gonna be the heaviness to them. You're gonna bring worry to them because you didn't listen to the people that was around you trying to tell you good. Read.
She that is bold
It said this
dishonoreth
lady, this sister gonna be bold about it too. When I love my nigga. I love my bum black man. And she gonna be bold about it, not hearing taking no accountability, even after the fact. Even after the fact, you didn't found out that this brother wasn't no good, and 8 years later you left, but you gonna be still bold about how you made the right decision. This is black women in the Bible. Read.
She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband.
Right. And if the sister do get married to that bum dude, she gonna be disrespectful to him. She gonna be disrespectful to her father. It's just all the same traits. That same traits of that foolish daughter, she gonna end up becoming a rebellious, foolish, dishonest, wife if she ever become one. But yeah, that's the point. The point was that bum men end up with foolish, wicked women. That was it.
All praise, all praise. Anybody else want to speak on the topic? Not sure what else we
I
got new
wanted
on
to say
stage.
something.
Go ahead, Miss June.
Shalom, everyone. So I just wanted to come on stage because the two women that were speaking before, it just sound like a bunch of BS. Like no accountability to what Joe was bringing out, and it's just the excuses that they were giving reminded me of Wait and Exhale. Like I feel like that movie gave women the permission to be play victim to dating
What movie?
uh
What movie?
waiting to exhale.
Oh yeah, yeah. My mom used to watch that damn thing all
That
the time.
movie,
Go ahead.
yeah, that movie basically gave women a license to play victim to the bad decisions that they made. Like, especially when I think about Angela Bassett's character, she was married to that, and Judd was singing the song. She was married to that man for 11 years. She knew he was having an affair, but still, she wanted to build him up. Like, I called it build a bear. She basically wanted to build this man up, and then when he finally got on, he said, "I'm done with you. I want to leave." And then she mad and crying, wondering why this is happening to her. Like it's crazy, and it's like you hearing this now, listening to these women speak, and it's just like insane. Like are you really listening to yourself? Are you saying you had no part in why this person or why this guy is the way he is? You know, you're letting him just come in, you're sleeping with him, and then he don't have to do anything for you but that. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I've made silly decisions like that myself. But it's at some point you have to step outside yourself and say, well, where did I go wrong? Why am I in this predicament? So yeah, that's all I wanted to bring out. It's just insane.
Okay, okay. So, Gene, you still there? Since I had a question or something you said, I see you still there.
Yes, sir. I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. So, sister said, so what's a wicked woman? Like, what makes a woman wicked?
What makes a woman? Get that in Proverbs 7. Wicked woman don't listen to God. If she don't listen to God, she sure ain't finna listen to no black man. Oh, Proverbs 7 and 10.
It's the book of
Oh, not
Proverbs.
10. You ain't got to start at 10. Where I want to start at, or you can start at 10. It don't matter.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 7, verse 10. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Right. This is the characteristics of a wicked woman. This is what they do. Keep reading.
Now is she without.
She
Now,
without, meaning that, hold on, read it a little slow for me. I'm a little slow. It says, now she is without, meaning what? She's not in the house. She never want to be in the house. These are characteristics of a wicked woman. She's not in the house to, she outside of the house so that she can go fulfill her lust. Usually she at the club, at the hookah lounge, strolling the streets at ungodly hours. Read.
now is she without. Now in the streets.
See that? The Bible said in the streets. See, the Bible relevant today. A lot of people think the Bible not relevant. This is a popular term today. She for the streets. She in the streets. I'm outside. Those are the characteristics of wicked women. And when women be outside on the corners, out on the streets, and without, they find bum brothers. That's where bum brothers go. These brothers ain't got no jobs. That's why they up at 3, 4 a.m. every day. Ain't got no real job. They just out there to put a couple dollars together to make it seem like they got they shit halfway together or that they getting their shit together and to trick the women. Everybody know that's some simple stuff right there that women fall for. And the best thing for women to do is just take accountability. Just say, hey, you know what? I messed up. Let me listen to these men. They obviously telling me right. Cause the sister said, she said, it wasn't a good decision, but she was still trying to justify it. But if you gotta take accountability for that and understand that the characteristics of a wicked woman, she gonna be trying to defend these things, and she not gonna change her lifestyle. She's still gonna be in the streets. She's still gonna want to not listen. She's still gonna be loud and stubborn. That's what the Bible says. Keep reading.
Now in the streets and lieth in wait at every corner.
Right, right. So these the characteristics of a wicked woman, of a wicked woman. They don't listen. They don't take accountability. They outside. And when you go up to verse 2 in the chapter.
Verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Keep my commandments and live,
Read.
and my law as the apple of thine eye.
Right. So a wicked woman a righteous woman, excuse me. A righteous woman is going to observe verse 2. She not going, and if she see that she living in the characteristics of verse 10 and 11, she gonna change. She should change it and want to be like verse 2 where it says keep my commandments and live. The Bible said let the young women marry. Can we get there real quick in First Timothy 5:14? The scriptures say let the young women marry because some of these sisters then already went off to Satan, and now it's hard rebellious. Read that. First Timothy 5 and verse 14.
Yes, sir. It's the book of First Timothy, chapter 5, verse 14. Verse 14. I will therefore that the younger woman marry.
See that? The Bible said let the younger women marry. In order for a woman and a man to get married, like it said in Genesis, it said a man has to leave his father and his mother, meaning he got to have his own spot. While a righteous woman with understanding and she had listened to her parents and the people that's giving her godly counsel, she gonna understand it. She not gonna waste her time dealing with a man that ain't got no spot. She not gonna waste her time dealing with a man that does not want to marry her. So the Bible says that it is commanded that the young women marry. Don't wait till you 30 years old and then you figure out that you made your mistakes. You're supposed to be married at once you get a marriageable age and get married young. Don't wait till you 35, 40. That's too old. Read.
I will therefore that the younger woman marry,
Mm-hmm.
bear children,
See that? It says marry, then bear the children. But today, wicked women do that in the opposite order. Read.
guide the house.
See that it says the righteous woman, she gonna be in the house. She gonna guide her house. She gonna rise up early, like it's saying Proverbs 30. Make sure her family got the proper nutrition. Make sure her kids are properly clean. You know, when brothers and sisters be young and you gotta go out there on the bus stop and stuff, your mama and it be cold outside. Your mom makes you got that big old puffy coat on. She put all that Vaseline on your face, and you be like, man, I don't know why my mama doing that. But a good wife and a good mother That's the part of God in the house. Make sure her kids don't get sick. Make sure her kids taken care of. Keep reading.
Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
Right. And when she do those things, you're not giving the opportunity for people to speak reproachfully of you or your people. Now our women are relegated to terms like throat goats, baby mamas, what else? Bad bees, all these things. But the Bible said let the young women marry. Today, the young women are synonymous with the terms I just gave instead of being synonymous with the righteous women of the Bible. Don't nobody compare these black women today to the women of the Bible. Don't nobody compare these black women to Esther, Judith. Nobody compares our women today to those things. And now, when you read verse 15, read that.
For some are already turned aside after Satan.
Right. You see that? A lot of our women, unfortunately, today have turned aside after Satan. That don't mean you can't repent, but that means that a lot of our women are rebellious and have not done what was done, have not done what was instructed of them in verse 14, which is to get married at a younger age, so that they don't go off and commit a bunch of whoredom, to bear children after they get married, to learn how to guard their houses. Those are the things that's gonna keep you from going off and after Satan. After Satan will be after your own mind, just like Eve did. You think that you right. You laughing at these brothers. The sister said, she laughed and said, "We a bunch of cheating men." Ain't nobody, and she ain't got no proof for saying that. That shows us that you after Satan, sis. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. That's just being defensive. Nobody want to hurt you. We don't even know who you is. We just trying to tell you the truth according to the Bible. So, but that's it. I ain't got nothing else on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey man, y'all chill on the throat goatery. All right, throat goats, reel it in. Ah, what you want, treasure?
Shalom, Most High in Christ Bless. I didn't get to a chance to speak, so um, I have the
I'll come back to you. You and the body. All right, I'll come back to you. You got
okay,
some new people on
okay,
stage.
okay.
All right, we got boss lady on stage. What's going on, boss lady? Boss lady, you there? Go ahead, Tredge. Nobody want to speak. You got it.
Are you sure?
No, come on now, treasure.
Okay, so honestly, it's just a story that I have, but I mean, I'm gonna leave it up to you if you want me to tell a story about the experience I had with a friend who was with the bum. If you want me to tell it,
Yeah, well, how long is the story?
it's not that long.
Well, sister tell me not that long, and then we talking for 20 minutes. So what you mean? Go
So
ahead. If it get too long, I'll let you know. Let us
okay, let
hear
me
it.
know if it gets too long. So basically, long story short, I had this friend in the world that the reason why I was friends because she was with this brother who was best friends with my blood brother who went way back in high school. So long story short, I used to hang around with these people, and these were like the last friends that I had before I went in the truth. So this sister, she was I'm just gonna be honest with you, she was really dumb. She was ratchet and just straight up just reckless. Um, and the brother that she was with basically knew me since I was like a little tot. You know, we go way back. He watched me grow up as I watched him grow up. You know, he was a straight up bum. You know, before he lived with he lived with his mother. She moved down here. I don't know how they met, but they moved down here all the way from South Carolina to here, and they just clicked like that. And she lived in this trailer house, and he was basically like mooching off of her, along with his so-called unemployment, which was not that much. So she was so insecure that not only that uh, she let him smash, but they also
did a threesome, and
Wait, how you? Wait a minute. How you know that?
how did I know that? Because she told me everything. I was her only friend at the time.
Wait, you wait a minute. How old were you?
I was like at least 18 when I met her,
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
but she was like way older than me. She was like inching towards the 30s. I think he was about 20. He was in his mid 20s. She was like way older than him. So that part where he said they just want to be mothers to these men, that's true. So she was so insecure that not only that she let him smash other women, but they also had a threesome, which obviously made the relationship get worse. And she wanted him to claim her as a girlfriend, but she expressed it even in front of his company, including me and my brother, that I will never be with you. I will never be with you. So she would take it out on me, and she would low key accuse me of wanting to be with him, knowing dang well I didn't want to be with him. He watch like I said, he watched me grow up. He knew me since I was a little girl. Like why would I want to be with him? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, where's all that energy for the girls that he brought to your crib and cheated on, well, quote unquote, cheated on you with? Why don't you go and fight them? Why do you want to fight me? So I'm just gonna end the story like this. I remember the last Halloween that I celebrated with them. It was Halloween, and it was me, him, and the girlfriend. We were all watching a movie, eating candy, and I remember they were telling some story about, some backflip he did back when he was in high school. He had a video and everything, and then he talked about this girl that he really liked, and he claimed her, the girlfriend from high school, as a girlfriend, and she basically complained right in front of me like, oh, I wish she would claim me, which she did numerous of times in front of everybody. Why won't you claim me? And then he said, I don't want to be with you. And then she cried real tears right in front of me. I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, they both
So
done. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they both
So the
done.
next yeah, so the
So
next
y'all sitting
day,
around, it's just y'all three sitting on the couch eating candy.
yeah, we were watching a movie. My brother left. I don't know why, but my brother was there, but he left. And then I also
Okay,
had this boyfriend at the time, so and I think he left too, and it was just me. So I trusted being around him anyways, because like I said, he watched
okay,
me grow up. He didn't want nothing to do with me. He was like basically like another brother that I had. So
okay.
and
All right.
I'm almost done with the story. So
I know, yeah, yeah. We let's wrap it up right there. We gonna leave it right there. We gonna leave it
okay.
right there. All right, cause one thing I will say as well,
Mhm.
not necessarily treasure situation. But there are a lot of men who used to babysit children, and when they begin to get older, they want to prey upon them. It happens all the time. Niggas who got homeboys growing up, they see their daughters, when their daughters hit 18, they be saying little slick shit like, oh yeah, yeah, she gonna look good when she get older. You know what I mean? I remember hearing these things. And the same thing the other way too. I remember my mama had friends talk about me and my brother, like, oh yeah, oh he look good. That's my little boyfriend. You know what I mean? That's grooming. You know what I mean? That's the be grooming. They be trying to, I'm telling you, they be trying to get you. My basketball coach in high school, he was messing with the high school females there. That nigga like 32, you know. So, I just wanna put that out there. You know what I mean? Just because a nigga old don't mean that nigga ain't gonna be a nigga. Niggas love being niggas. Right? Can we read Ecclesiastes 25, verse 2?
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 2. Three sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud, a rich man that is a liar, and an old adulterer that doteth.
Right, old adulterer that doteth, right? Going around for woman to woman. God said he hate that. And that's what all these older men in our communities are. They all Old adulterers that doted. You know, hey, bruh, my uncle used to have this damn Go El Camino, bruh. And I remember it was the worst thing to ever have to ride with him anywhere because I knew we were gonna have to end up sitting in the car while he at somebody's house. And as a youngin', I thought like, oh yeah, he just having a conversation. You know, but he making all these different stops at all these different women houses, and me and my cousin out here sitting in this damn El Camino with it turned off with no air blowing because he going around here smashing all these women. He was 40 something then. You know what I mean? Right. And these women were young, 20s, you know, very young 20s. I don't know if there's any teenagers involved, but they was all very, very young. Hey man, old adulterers don't care about your age, you know. I don't know who else, maybe it was just me in my high school, but all the high school females, they were trying to mess with grown dudes. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. Maybe they went like that in y'all high school.
Nah, it's the same thing in my high school. Also.
Hey man, my high school, man, all the females messing with grown niggas. You know what I mean? This nigga pull up with a car, you know, he got weed and alcohol and all that. And all the nigga like, nigga, how I'm supposed to compete with this? How I'm supposed to compete with this, man? Jacoby.
Hey, Shana.
Yeah, hold on. That's, hey, man. That's my brother right there. Yeah, Jacoby. Yeah, that's my brother right there. Light skinned Jacoby. Come up on stage, bro. I ain't talked to this man in years. My brother. I'm glad you listening, though. What's happening? Jacoby. Bottom right hand corner, you gotta unmute
Yeah,
it.
I'm stupid. Sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that. Shalom, fam.
Hey, shalom, man. What's happening
First
with you?
first and foremost, man, yes, I do congregate. I go to the Atlanta school. I've been congregating for about 8 months now or whatever. Kind of been knowing the truth about 12 months. So I am in the body. I've been listening to Biblical Smoke for a while now, man. I'm like, I think I know this dude, man. Then you've been mentioning that you went to I think you said you went to school in Mississippi. I was like, I think I know this guy, man. I was like, no, that might not be him, bro. And then when you just said that at my school, the coach was messing around with some of the girls, I was like, oh yeah, I know exactly who he talking about. Yeah,
Hell
they were some
yeah.
pervs, man. They were some pervs, bro. They
Hey,
were some pervs, man. But shalom, man. It's good hearing you, man. Definitely,
you too, bro. You
definitely,
too,
man.
man. Hey, bro. All praise to the Father, man. All praise, man. Hey, I ain't talked to this brother in years. I remember I saw you in the chat. I want to say like a couple months ago. I said Jacoby. Like it's only one nigga I know with the name Jacoby. You know what I mean?
And I look and I messaged in the chat. I was like, you probably were busy, just handling some people. And I was like, I was like, hey, show enough, did you go to Hattiesburg High? But you never did reply. So I was like, nah, that's probably not him. And then I was like, he probably saw the message and was like, this dude weird, whoever he is, talking about some did I go to Hattiesburg High? But yeah, man, yeah, bro. Man, hey, great, man. I'm so happy. Me and my wife, man, we found this truth, man. By the vessel of you guys, IUIC, man. Y'all are doing wonderful, dude. Y'all have changed our life and my family structure, brother. So, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. All praises to that, man.
All praise to the Father, man. I can't wait to come back to Atlanta, man. Come holler at you. I'm gonna hit you up, bro. I'm gonna
Man,
hit
most
you up.
definitely, fam. Most definitely, man. I'm gonna be listening though, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
All praises, man. That's my brother right there, man. You know, that's my brother right there. All right. Somebody wanted to say something. Who wanted to say something?
It was me. I was just gonna say what Jacoby said because I had that at my high school. We were talking about that earlier. It's like we didn't realize at the time that those older guys were whole pedophiles. Like you in your 20s picking up ninth and 10th graders.
100%, man. 100%. You know, we had young girls getting pregnant early ages, you know, 7th, 8th grade, you know, having kids, where at that point, it's not even raised in the position of being mother and son. It's kind of like brother and sister, and it's definitely perpetuated in our communities. And that's all that bums. They all bums, man. They all bums, but yeah. All right, let's see what else we got on stage. Bossy boss lady dropped off. All right. If anybody got any questions, y'all can feel free to come up too. Brother Marcus. What's going on, Marcus? Marcus ain't got nothing to say. Elizabeth, what's the deal, sis? Elizabeth, you there?
Okay, sorry. I my mic wasn't showing at first. Shalom, most high in Christ bless.
Shalom, sis.
Um, the topic is I'm kind of glad y'all switched the topic because I didn't have anything to say about Shannon. But the as far as dating bums, I know for me, um, I dated a guy that I ultimately ended up saying was a bum. He was nice, which is what I liked about him because I was never looking for like the street nigga. So I always wanted nice guy, and he was nice, but um, and I think I heard another sister say, was talking about not wanting to be looked at as a gold digger and trying to give the guy a chance, and that was kind of my mindset. Like, I never wanted the guy that had all this money, and of course, this was in my 20s, that flashy guy. So the fact that this guy he worked, which ultimately I ended up finding out was more like hustle, just kind of getting by. I don't want to say hustle like sold drugs, but just like was always trying to just do a little bit of everything. You know how you have a guy that might, they might sell things like what do I want to say, like he was
It sounds like she went out for me. She got out for y'all.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yeah, she went.
You back, sis? All right, yeah, she probably wrapped up. Well, how y'all supposed to avoid these bombs now? I guess that would be my question. We know what the bombs is. We able to identify the damn bombs. How y'all supposed to avoid them? That would be the question. Well, Ashes Worthy, what's going on?
Good morning.
What's happening?
Much about the clock into work in a minute. Just wanting to address the question, why do black women love bums? Excuse me. And um and then I also was hearing some of the mods referring like women are not smart when they put themselves in these situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I partially agree with that, but also I feel like women that do put themselves in these type of situations more times than not, and I don't know the statistics. I guess I'm just going based off of my experiences and the people that I've encountered in life. More times than not, they've had some type of traumatic event happen to them early in their lives that would cause them to continue in certain cycles. And, like when traumatic things happen in life, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so when certain traumatic things happen in life, like the neural connections in the brain, um, they stop in that traumatic mode. And if it's not addressed, that person stays in that mind state of that traumatic time period. And so that's why I said I don't know that I necessarily agree that women are not smart. I just think they're operating from a place of like that trauma and that mindset.
So I can partially agree with some of that. Right? That there are people who have been, essentially it'd be a different form, not even Stockholm syndrome, but you know, in my background, some people, suffer from PTSD and whatnot, and there are certain neural connections, like you talk about, that trigger certain things and so forth. I agree, there are some situations like that, but that's not every situation, And I would even argue to say it's not even the majority of the situations that is something super traumatic. That's why I choose a bum. I don't think that's the case. I think that sisters and brothers are overcoming their lust, and that's how they end up in these situations. I don't know any woman that you would ask and you get them an option of, hey, you can marry this man who is established, he has a house and so forth, or you can marry this brother over here. He ain't got no house, he ain't got no car, nothing like that. Which one would you choose? I don't know anybody that would just willingly choose the one that's the bum, unless the bum is 6'6", you know what I mean, with a six pack, and he wears size 14. You know what I mean? That's usually what end up happening. People overcoming their lust and they make horrible decisions. That lust clouds your judgment, and then you make the unsensible choice of dealing with somebody who is not established. That's what I think. And I've seen that a lot. Seen it a lot. Not just in adult life and adulthood, but also, being young. I've seen it a lot. So, but now, and one key point you said if it's left unaddressed, then that's why they continue to be in those situations. And those few occasions, I agree. I'll guess now, what would be the proper means of addressing it to be able to change the mindset to make new
Hmm.
neural connections.
Right. And I was also going to add, I would even go as far as saying women that stay in those situations is because they don't know themselves, they don't love themselves. Um, Maybe even a little desperation in there, trying to fill a void. Um, you know, um, and so, and I will only speak for myself, my experiences. It wasn't until I started to seek out a relationship with the Most High that I learned about myself, spent time by myself, stopped trying to use other things, other people to fill that void. So that really is the only answer, is to learn yourself, you know, in
Okay.
Christ. That's really the only way that you can overcome those things.
Okay. Okay. Hey, read Wisdom Solomon 14:22 for me real quick.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues those so great plagues called they peace.
Right. So read it again for me. Read it a little clearer.
Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of God.
So the Bible says that we erred from the knowledge of God. And the knowledge of God is his law, statutes, and commandments. He gave us the particular avenues about how we go about us, establishing a family, how to gain a husband, how to gain a wife, and the steps that need to be taken to do that. Right. But we err from the ways of knowledge, right? It shouldn't in our community, there should not be an occasion in which a man has a girlfriend or a girl has a boyfriend, and the family is not privy to this relationship that's going on. That should never be the case. But the fact that we err from the ways of knowledge, that's how these things end up coming about. There should never be an occasion in which a man, isn't self-sufficient and trying to get married and have kids. The Bible says you got to provide for your household. And if you're not, you're an infidel. If you don't provide for your household, you're an infidel. But since we err from the ways of knowledge, read on.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance.
So that's where we at right now. Our people are living in a great war of ignorance, where the point where we'll say, well, I know he don't have a job and so forth, but I think I can influence him enough to change him. I can be the one to change this man and make him to a good man. I can be the one to change this woman and make her into a good woman. First off, you're not doing none of that. It's gonna have to be the Lord that's gonna change anybody, but that's gonna come through the knowledge of God. Nothing that you gonna do that's gonna make this man who is comfortable in being a bum and not take care of his responsibility gonna change because of you. Someone be thinking like, oh yeah, I got the superhero box. He gets something in this box. This was gonna change him. I'm gonna change him. This nigga, this nigga done dealt with 30 women, but you got the special box. This nigga gonna change when he get with you. He ain't changing, bruh. You know, not from you. It's nothing that you gonna do in that situation. You're not finna do tricks on him. You know what I mean? Where he gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna deal with nobody else. Nah, it ain't gonna be like that. You ain't finna do no swinging from the ceiling fans. He be like, damn, that makes me want to get a job. That nigga's not finna do that. You know what I mean? The way that she twirl, it made me want to work a 9 to 5. No, nigga, it's not gonna happen like that. That's not how it works. But since we're in a great war of ignorance, where it's commonplace for our people to be in these type of relationships, you know, they don't see necessarily nothing wrong with it. And people around them don't necessarily see nothing wrong with it. You know, you go into y'all family reunions, every family reunion, you got a new boyfriend, or every family reunion, you got a new girlfriend, or two girlfriends, or two boyfriends. And nobody say nothing because everybody comfortable in that ignorance. Read on.
Those so great plagues called they peace.
The Bible said that's a plague. The ignorances that we are living in are considered plagues, sicknesses, destruction on us as a people. So we're so comfortable in these plagues that we find it peaceable. We think that we're living comfortable when we're living in the great war of ignorance. The Bible never said for us to enter into relationships in the manner in which we're doing it. And at no point is a woman supposed to be with a bum. And if the man was a bum, the Bible tells you about that. You know, the Bible, the parents should be the one to call out the bum. The parents. When you read that in Deuteronomy 21. Somebody got a bum son. See what they did. A bum ass son. Hey, bro. That's really loving your neighbor as yourself. If you know you got a bum ass son, then why you gonna let him go marry some other man's daughter and destroy her too? You know, I just had a daughter. I ain't really have this perspective before. You know, ain't no bum ass nigga finna marry my daughter. Don't even come talk to me, bro. Like if you if you a bum nigga, don't even look my way, man. Cause you gonna get real disappointed. You probably gonna get your feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Ain't no bum ass nigga finna be marrying my daughter. I don't know any man who's gonna, like Judge said, who's gonna say, you know, yeah, let this bum nigga take care of my daughter. I know he ain't got no house or no car, but I'm gonna entrust him in taking care of my daughter. The same daughter you've been taking care of, 20 years of her life, provide everything for. You know, you got a house, car, and all this, make sure everything taken care of. You got health insurance, dental insurance. Let me stop right there real quick. Part of taking care of your wife, brothers, is to have insurance. And
Right.
it's crazy that I have to say that. You got it. Listen, that's part of her health. If she have a bad tooth, she gotta be able to go to the dentist. That's part of taking care of your wife. That's part of taking care of your kids. You gotta have insurance. So you trying to tell me this nigga that ain't got no job, he ain't got no car, he ain't got no house, and none of that. What happened when you get sick now? You gotta go to the doctor. Well, no, babe, don't go to the doctor. Let's just take some of this Robitussin. We know we ain't really got the insurance for that. We're gonna get a bill for that. Just stay at the home, take the Robitussin. It's something serious. You a bum. you a bum. You a bum. Your kids can't go get no yearly dental checkup, because you ain't got no damn job. I ain't talking about y'all brothers who's struggling, you trying to get yourself together. We understand some brothers trying to get themselves together. But if that's your character of being a bum, you don't need no wife. You don't need no kids. You gotta learn how to take care of your damn self first.
Hey,
Talk
show
about
enough.
some rub some tussin on it. Go ahead.
Right. They don't understand that is a miserable life to be living. You know, to not have your own and to be dependent on somebody else, let alone your woman to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? To provide a place for you to stay. You using her car. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no aspirations. That is a miserable thing according to the scriptures. Watch this. Give me Sirach 29 and 22 real quick. Sirach chapter 29 and verse 22, because bum brothers, they don't understand. They don't get it. But somebody who handle their business and they fall on hard times, it's going to hit them a certain way. You know what I'm saying? When somebody else have to provide for them, or they got to go to somebody else for help, it's going to hit them a certain way. And you feel the miserable, you know what I'm saying, state of it. You know what I mean? And a lot of brothers and bum brothers, they comfortable in this. We'll read that real quick.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage.
So better is the life of a poor man in a shack, a little small apartment. You know what I'm saying? AC don't barely work, lights don't barely work. You know what I'm saying? A beat up house, a mean cottage. It says better as a poor man in that state. Read.
Than delicate fare in another man's house.
In another man's house. You can't provide for yourself, so it's better to be in a. Better is the life of a poor man than you or this bum brother being under his girlfriend or his mama or another brother or just what I'm saying, anybody in a better state. It says that poor man is better than you being a bum. Watch this. Read on to verse. Give me verse 24. Jump to verse 24.
Verse 24. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house.
It is a miserable thing to go from house to house. Because here it is. Let's just say she getting put out, or she got to move around because she can't get the bills paid. And now you couldn't contribute. You couldn't step up. You couldn't help out. So now, because she got to move, you ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Or because you could not tribute, now you getting put out. Now you got to go back and ask mama, ask pops, can I stay with you? Can I move in with you? You know what I'm saying? The scripture said that is a miserable life to go from house to house.
Hey
So
Jay, hey
go ahead.
Jay. So they gonna be at they mom and they daddy house trying to sneak and get it in the room he grew up in with the Superman sheets, the Superman sheets on his
Ah,
bed,
the
the
posters
same
on the
piece they.
wall, yeah. the Marvel collection on the wall.
Damn. Hey, it's
Oh
a
man,
sister in the chat say it's not easy to detect a bum, and
Yes, sir. I saw that.
I
Yes, sir.
call BS on that.
That's a BS.
How do you give a man your body before you know if he has a job or his own place?
Damn.
Like how? Somebody make it make sense. How do you give up? Especially look in this day and age. In this day and age, you can look up information. Like if you like, when is he married? You can just put his name in the internet, and it'll tell you that you'll find it. You could look up everything now. Now everything you could look it up. So I don't know how it's not. Um, oh, look, I'm getting a political call. Let me answer this. I'm about to troll. I'll be right back.
Master troller. Hey, that the Bible tells us how you're supposed to be able to detect a bomb, right? That's why it's important that we start following the Bible. I'm gonna find a sister. I'm gonna send her an invite. Come up on stage. You
can I
know.
say one more thing before I
N-
have to turn it
no,
back to the audience? Por favor.
no. Go ahead, sis. Go.
The last thing I wanted to say is that also for some women, having a man is a badge of honor. So they really just don't care what it is as long as they can just say they have one. And so that
Damn, any man. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know if any man could.
share any man. Oh, I've seen it.
I don't know.
So
I feel
yeah,
like
it's a badge of honor. Like at least I
nah.
got a man. At least I got a man.
Yeah, I hear them say that. You know what I mean? Listen, it's gonna be very corner. But sister will hide an ugly nigga in an instant. They
But
don't
they
use
still gonna
that.
talk about him,
I'm
and they
just
still
saying,
gonna hype
bro.
him
Like
up.
hundred
They still
percent.
gonna talk about him, and they still gonna hype him up.
Hey man, they're gonna hide that nigga though. You know what I mean? So I don't think they. Hey, I don't know. I don't think they just take any man as a badge of honor. I don't think so. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's why they do it. You know.
Nah, women, they it's two things: either they stupid or they want to have control over the dude. It's got to be one of those two reasons. There ain't no other reason. It can't be any other reason. Nothing else makes sense. Like nothing else makes any logic. Listen, y'all. You mean to tell me that a woman picks a bum because she wants to help him? That is stupid.
Hey, Judge, so sister said no matter how you tape or close your legs, you will still be a victim of a bomb. So it's no
How
you can't
you
you can't avoid
how
the
you a
bump.
victim? Like
Damn.
what?
Oh Lord.
I guess
The
she
bumps
said
got
she.
superpowers, man.
I guess she said she her mouth open.
Damn. Yo, that's crazy. Hey, I told y'all, man, we chose the wrong route, bro. We we chose the wrong route.
Bro, we
You
should
should
have
have
been
been
bums,
gone.
man. Bro,
Man,
I worked my whole life, bro, and I could have just been a bum.
Damn.
a
Her
It-
whole
professional
income
bum.
tax. Her whole income tax going to that bum.
so he can
Damn,
start. So he can start his record
his rap
label. So
career.
he can start his record label. Hey, bro, this niggas I went to high school with trying to rap right now, bro. The neighborhood I grew up in, I'm telling you, bro. Last time with that, niggas is still trying to hustle through the week to get an outfit to wear on the weekend, and these niggas still trying to rap. I be seeing them post it, bro. They be posting it online like, yeah, it's a new fire dropping. Nigga, it's not fire. It wasn't fire 15 years ago. It's not fire now.
Bro,
They be like, check out my EP.
I had a homeboy once, man. His parents, they moved out. They moved and got a house in the country somewhere, but they let them stay in the house. And so he was staying there, and they bought all this equipment. He trying to be a rapper or whatever, and just kind of just real bummy. And I'm just like, bro, why don't you just get a job? And he looked at me like nobody ever told him that that was a viable thing to do. It's like, bro, you know I didn't want to tell him his music sucks because listen, people listen to Takashi 6ix9ine. Like you can make it with trash music. It's just if you just lucky or if you been over one of the two. But but I was like, bro, you got a daughter. You know, you live in this house that is really it's your parents' house. Don't you want to don't you want to have your own? But some dudes don't, and women had sex with them, so I guess they didn't care either. It was just
Yep.
weird.
I can't remember the exact statistic, but I think multiple women are pregnant by the same man, same baby daddy. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
yeah.
oh
Like
yeah.
so,
This is like sloppy seconds for some reason. It's weird. What's wrong with y'all? Show enough. What's up with them?
I can't call it, Cap. I
I'm
can't
tell you,
call it.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. They stupid,
Damn. Hey
bro.
man, that's just
Listen,
it's truth
listen.
though.
Look, they gotta hear this. They gotta hear this. They gotta hear that the stuff they do is stupid. Y'all stupid. If you right now, sister, if you are with a dude and he live with his mom, you still with him, you stupid. You dumb. You waiting for him to you dumb. You just dumb, man. Like you dumb. And then you creating more weak men. You letting a man do that, and you creating this whole like right now. They got dudes right now that's working, that's listening to this, going like, "Why am I working? I can
That's
just
what I was
find
just
me.
thinking.
I can find one of these traveling nurses, and shit, she ain't even gonna be at home that much because she travel."
Hey, and Judge, somebody just posted something in the chat, and that's not an attack against the sister, but they be having this mindset. They said, well, some sisters didn't grow up with fathers, that's the reason why they act the way that they act. But they don't give no man no leeway like that. Well, he didn't grow up with a father. That's why he does the thing that he does. That's not an excuse, is the point. You know, it's not
It's,
an
yeah,
excuse.
it's not an excuse to be stupid. Like it don't matter if you didn't have a father. The sister that had a father, she still didn't listen to her father. It's you're stupid.
Come
Son,
on.
Sonya want to talk. She asked, can she come up and speak? So I sent her an invite. You come up, Sonya.
Yeah, everybody can come
So,
talk,
so what
but
happened
it's
is,
it's still stupid.
they fell for the little gourmet dilly burger and fries, and they was like,
But
"Oh
these
my
sisters ain't
god!"
getting no. These sisters ain't getting no burger and fries. They get
They
dick
ain't
and
even getting
bubble
the
gum.
burgers.
Whoa, 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 Judge. Hey man, who calls a judge, man? Take it home, man. They said they ain't getting no burgers and fries. What they getting, Judge?
I ain't saying it again. Your kids might hear. I forgot. I forgot your kids was next to you that time they heard me.
Nah, I'm outside now.
Tell them that
I'm
wasn't
outside.
me. That was not Uncle Judd.
They already know, and it's Paw Paw. Yeah, you know that.
You know, damn pawpaw. I'm young. I'm only 30.
Yes, sir. So Sonya's
But
up here, Judge. She wanted to speak to you.
but I'm just saying, you can't say that black women are the most educated women on the planet, and at the same time they deal with bums. Like it's something gotta be one of them gotta be a lie. Oh, go ahead, Sonya. I'm sorry. Let me mute my mic.
She said she was having some trouble. Sometimes it freezes on your Sonya, but bottom right hand corner, there's a microphone with a line through it. If you tap it, it'll unmute. Then we can hear what you're saying. But just tap it once. Don't keep tapping it. Don't keep tapping it. I know everybody do that. This damn thing won't unmute, and you tap it 27
Hey,
times.
look, and black women they call themselves queens.
Mm,
Why don't they look for kings?
I
Why
don't
are you
know.
fucking the court jester?
How can the court just pull up to the palace like, oh yeah, yeah, what a princess at? I'm trying to smash some doonies. Trying to smash some doonies. Then I'm gonna go back to my low life damn box on the side of the street. Imagine a nigga pulling up to a palace and be like, where princess such and such at? The damn guard's gonna spear your ass to the goddamn wall.
You're like, I'm trying to hit that.
But then the sister's gonna be like, Judge, you don't understand our love, and jump out the window and go find this nigga somewhere.
Yeah, you don't understand. You don't understand. We love each other. I love him. I want to live under the bridge with him.
All we need is our love to keep us warm. Well, say that when it's -5. You see how warm
Hey,
that love
what
is.
was that movie? I think it was a movie called the damn, what is it called? Not the photograph. The piano? No, 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 no. Is it the piano?
Oh, with old boy, real skinny, probably like during the time of I get close
Yeah,
to the
when the
Holocaust and
woman
stuff.
kept the woman had a bad memory. Was it the piano?
I watched partial
The
of the
notebook.
piano.
The notebook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was the notebook. What's wrong with you? He like, I done sacrificed my whole damn life to build this life for you, and now you want to be with a field hand. Like, what the hell wrong with you? I love him. You love him. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Son, you probably have to leave the room and then come back. That's why. Just leave the room and come back. It do that sometimes. The- Sometimes if your mic, you got to leave and come back.
Shalom. You know, when we were growing up, we were Captain Save a Ho.
I wasn't Captain
We were
Savo.
I wouldn't
no,
know Captain
no,
Save a hoe.
no. We men, we women, we were young, dumb, and stupid. We didn't know no better. We were living in the hood. This was in the early '90s, and we were trying to take care of them men, trying to think we were all that in the bag of chips.
They still do that. They
I
old dumb
Yeah,
and stupid now. Now it's a
yeah,
bunch of old
do
dumb and
that.
stupid grandmamas out there.
No, I know that is exactly. And so when we were growing up, most of them were drug dealers, and we still was stupid, and we let them come stay with us. So we always made sure that we always had a spot that they could never kick us out they spot. So they would always come and lay at our spot. So that's why a lot of us women we took and enabled a lot of those bums, and they were going around kicking it with a lot of other females, and we didn't know. We was thinking they was out grinding, and we thought we was gonna come up and let them lay a hole. We was the ones coming down
But
until we
sis,
started. Go ahead.
Did you really think that he wasn't messing with no other women?
Oh, we knew. I knew. Well, I wasn't tripping because I was
Okay.
working and going to school. I didn't think about it until I started, going to school and working. I was trying to get my life together. I was a runaway. See, I wasn't thinking about that. I was trying to get my life together. See, I left home at 14. See, so a lot of times I didn't. I got my first spot when I was 17. So, I mean, I didn't think about all of that when I thinking about, well, am I going to get married? Am I going to have kids? I wasn't thinking about none of all of that. I was just trying to be thinking, I'm going to have me a man and we just going to grow up and have good times. That's all I thought about. I didn't think about marriage and having no kids growing up until I had a kid at 20. But it was a rude awakening, when you do start having kids, and it
Right.
becomes, and then nobody want to be around you, nobody want to help you take care of that baby, it's like, oh, but wait a minute, and you're on your own as a single mom, and then you really start waking up, and like I said, a lot of women start enabling these bums, and it become a repetitive thing, and I stopped taking care of the bums. I was like, no more taking care of no bums. And so that's just been a recyclable thing. Like you say, as you get older, you start seeing a lot of dumb women taking care of these men, and then they got a lot of women taking care of a lot of these bums
But
sitting in their car.
but just the crazy part, sis. Women have convinced other women that they're not dumb.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
this is a power move.
Exactly.
I don't know. But we got Sonya up. I
Go
think her
ahead,
mic working
Sonia.
now.
I mean, my mic.
Hi, can y'all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Greetings, everyone. I mean, I'm just in this mode right now, trying to speak life and positivity over people. So when I say that they're not stupid, what they do is stupid, but they're not stupid. They're just misguided. They get taught how to
Mm,
be women through the TV. A lot
yeah,
of them don't grow up with good moms. The mothers abuse them, the fathers abuse them, or they don't even have a father. So the only thing they're thinking about, like that lady said, was they're trying to survive. So then when they get out here and they meet someone, it's like they don't even listen to the good advice that maybe some people give. But I do know, because I worked in group homes, that a lot of the children don't even get any good advice because they don't hang around people that care. They don't hang
right.
around people to bring positivity and beauty in their life. They hang around a lot of people that are just like them, which are trying to survive. So and because I don't know if it's because I'm a boy mom, I have three sons. They're on their own. They take care of themselves. But God helped me raise those boys. I didn't have men in and out of the house. I've not been married. I just got into a real pretty good relationship. Now them all my kids are grown, because see, I understand that when you date someone, your children date them also.
So
So,
you
and your
so
family. So you
you're
can't just
married.
bring anybody in your house.
So you married now?
I'm engaged. I'm
Okay.
engaged, but I am 57. So I really put my love life on hold. You know how people say, well, if a woman ain't married by the time she's such and such, she's crazy. No, not
Yes,
necessarily.
I believe
She's
that.
being careful. She's
I
careful
I believe
because
that.
who you marry
Is she having
is
sex
related.
though? Is she having
Well,
sex
I'm
with a
not.
man?
I
Is
didn't.
she having
I
sex?
didn't.
Right. Well, you had kids, so
I
you had
didn't.
to have sex.
I had sex when I was in my relationships. I had two
Right.
relationships.
Right. But
Okay.
what we're saying
Um,
is that we should have got married first. That's what we're trying to point out.
Well, understandable.
Um,
Yes, that's true. Biblically, yes. But what you have to also understand, that a lot of people aren't grown up with the Bible laws. They are brought up
and
in
that's it. That's it.
Christian
That's
churches
it.
who lie to them.
and tell them that if they believe in Jesus Christ and he died for their sins, all they have to do is ask for forgiveness and say you won't do it anymore. That's repentance. And
But
then you're forgiven and go
but
on
sis,
about your business. And
but
God throws your sins farther than the
but think
mountains
about
and
this, sis.
remembers
Think
them no
about
more.
this.
So,
How stupid do you have to be to believe that though? Like
well, I mean,
like the definition of stupid, I'm gonna read it. It says having or showing a great lack of intelligence or common sense. Common sense would
yes,
tell you that you
I
can't live your
understand.
life any kind of way and Jesus and God is just okay with it. Common sense would tell you
Right.
that don't make any sense. Like that's why I was an atheist because
But
my common sense would not allow me to believe that once I'm saved, I'm always saved. Common sense was like that doesn't make any logical sense. Like, what do you
that's
mean?
because people don't read the Bible. They just listen to the guy behind the podium.
Or maybe
They
they're
don't read
stupid.
it.
Maybe they're
Well,
stupid. Sis. Like, I
okay. Well,
mean, sometimes we gotta
somebody
face.
made that word. Somebody made that word up. Okay. So I don't care what that person made up and said, okay, we're going to put a definition to this word stupid and we're going to call people that. I think that that's not going to help people for you to
I,
call them stupid.
I
They
think
need somebody to nurture them to
sometimes
help
people
them
gotta hear the truth
understand.
though, sis. Like,
Well,
if you're a girl and you out here having sex with 10, 12, you a hoe. Somebody gotta call you a
well,
hoe and make you
you
say,
can,
you know what? I don't want to be a hoe no more. Like, you mean to tell me I just don't
you're
like
not.
sex? Like, no, you a
No,
hoe.
you're not thinking deeper.
I
The
am
deep
thinking deep.
part of that deep part, see you're just like superficially, oh, the
I
hell with
think
them.
I think
They're
people
just
no,
dumb.
no, no.
You
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 can
don't
be you can lack intelligence and then you can gain intelligence. You don't have to
you
remain
can,
stupid.
but what I've noticed that
But if you
common
don't tell
sense
them
is not common
if you
anymore.
don't tell them they're
It's not.
stupid, if you don't tell somebody they're stupid, they're going to think that they're not stupid. They're going to think that they're not making
But
stupid decisions. They're going to think that it's somebody else's fault and you have to show them that no, it's your fault. You are stupid and you're going to have to use some intelligence and common sense.
well, I believe that does work for some people, but for some people that'll turn them off from you, and nothing that you say out your mouth after that they're gonna hear. So what I'm saying is this:
So lie to them.
it's more deeper. It's mental. These women have this people pleasing spirit where that if someone shows them kindness, all they're thinking about is I'm gonna show them kindness back. So women don't understand that their body is not built like men, even though they see it physically, they don't understand emotionally and spiritually that their bodies are like they're receptacles. So all the energy and all the stuff that's in that man is going to go into them. They don't understand that. They don't understand that they may not be able to get rid of it on their own. They don't, and they carry around all these men inside their bodies, and they're all messed up anyway in their head because that's why they're living that life. If you're a little girl and you're getting raped by your uncle, your cousin, you're running around saying, please help me," and everybody's like, "Well, it happened to me, so honey, you be all right." You see, you're not thinking like these. Just a lot of these young women go through that, and so when they get any man,
Young men get abused too, sis. And
that's
I
right,
think, and a
that's
lot of
right,
times we
and
point it out and make it seem like, but,
that's another reason
but
why women cling to
a
men.
25-year-old woman should have the sense that God gave a chicken to not get into a
Yeah,
relationship with a man that has no job and that lives with his mom and has no car. If you do
a lot
that,
of times it's trauma. It's trauma bonding. It's trauma bonding.
I
He'll
don't know.
come with his
I think it's
story.
stupid.
She'll relate to his story, and he got her. He will tell her all the stuff that happened to him, and nobody cares because people don't care about men like they care about women. A man with a single child, he got to go through hell to get help. But a woman,
Right.
and that's
But
not
would you
fair.
call that woman, would you say she made a smart decision or a stupid decision?
As far as being with a man who doesn't have his own, I think that's a very hmm. I won't say
Stupid.
it's
It's
stupid.
stupid, sis. I mean, I know you don't want to
It's
say
a
the word.
very yeah, because I don't like putting that kind of stuff on us. I
Mhm.
don't care. I'm not
So
putting
would
that
you
on
call
us.
somebody that's overweight fat?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Why
That's
not?
me. Why would I?
Mm,
What would you call them then?
Large.
Like
Lizzo.
what?
He with you.
Large, a large person, a big person, a
I
fluffy
think that's
person. You know, I try to make.
how
I'm
is
not
that
gonna.
better?
The reason
No,
why I wouldn't call
nobody
them
better
fat.
call
Hey,
me
First of
fluffy.
Judge,
all,
what's the
the
right
why I
way to tell
wouldn't.
women the truth, Judge? Judge, what's the
The
right way? What's the right
reason.
way, Judge, to tell
The
women the truth?
reason why I wouldn't call
There's
somebody
no right
fat.
way.
The reason why I wouldn't call somebody fat is because it's a bad consonation on that word. That word is meant to harm. That word is
No,
not
it's
meant
not,
to help.
no fat is not meant to harm. Fat has a
Yes,
definition before it
no,
became. It's not people using it
it's just
in
like
an insulting way, but fat doesn't. It's not made to harm. It's a word
to
that's been in
to
the
some
dictionary
people.
forever to
To
describe
some
something.
people,
Just
I
like
understand
fat,
that.
skinny, tall, short. It describes something. How
I
can we
understand
not
that.
tell the truth? What would you call a tall person?
Tall.
What would you call a short
I don't have
person?
a problem. I don't have a problem with the word fat because I've been overweight most of my life.
I'm asking. I'm
So
just asking. I'm
when
just
I
asking. What,
when I used to say,
okay.
"Oh, I'm
So
fat,"
so what
and you know what I
so
was
what would you
told
call
when
a
I said
short
I was
person?
fat?
So what would you call
Do you
Sonya?
know what I was told?
Sonya, 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 Sonya. Short person called vertically challenged.
Hey, let's read the scripture real quick. Read John chapter 8, verse 32.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Read it one more time.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
One more, just one more. Three times the charm.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
We got to tell people the truth. And we got to stop lying to people. We got to stop making people feel like they're doing a good thing when they're not. We got to stop making stupid people feel like they're not stupid, right? It is what it is. Like somebody would say, I want to ask a question, but I think it may be stupid. And I'll say, there's no such thing as a stupid question, just stupid people, right? People, if it is what it is. We just gotta call it what it is. When, you gotta stop making stupid decisions, and we gotta stop blaming it. Listen, everybody in here got stuff in their past that's messed up. I do. Right? Everybody do. Everybody in here got something that they could say if they wanted to, could say, this is the reason why I'm that way. And this is the reason why I don't think I should get a good job and I don't shouldn't get out of bed and function and get a job and do that. Everybody has a story. Your story may be different than my story, but we all got something where we can sit back and say, um, I'm going to be this way. Or you could take that bad story and say, I'm going to take this bad and make it a positive. Everybody got we all make decisions, so I just can't deal with that. This what happened to me. And so this is the reason why I allow more bad things to happen to me. It's like, nah, we we gotta have some type of accountability. We gotta be able to look at messed up stuff and say, I'm gonna change. If not, then you're just stupid. This is what it is, uh, or dumb.
To see danger and still go there is a stupid move. Like if it's a lion at the end of the street, you're like, well, I could just not go down that street and go another way and I'll be okay. Or You could
Can
walk
I
down
pet
that
that
damn street.
dog?
Can I let me pet that dog? You could go down there and pet that dog if you want to. If you do that though, then you stupid. Like you know not to do that, but if you choose to do it, that's a stupid move. Can
Like
I
right
pet
now,
that dog?
I'm watching Animal Planet. I'm not. It's on, and it's your boy Steve. Right? He died because he's stupid. This man is playing with rattlesnakes right now. Like, well, not no more. Some turtles, but before he was dealing with poisonous rattlesnakes. Look, I mean, he died because he's stupid. Like, leave the rattlesnakes alone. Why are you swimming with stingrays? Well, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? Oh, it's an adventure. All right, but he died because he's stupid. He shouldn't have been there. Some people just stupid, and
Indeed.
somebody gotta tell them the truth. You got to stop telling people, well, the reason why you're doing this is because of what happened to you when you was 4 or 14. Sometimes you gotta tell the truth. Like, listen, we all jacked up. What are you gonna do?
Well, you didn't pay the light bill, brother. Well, when I was 7, this one time I walked in the house and I had turned the light switch on, and my mom's got mad. She said, "Don't run up my damn light bill." And ever since then, I just had an aversion from paying the light bill. That's the reason why I don't pay it.
Like, oh,
Because
okay. Well, I will pay your bill for you.
I understand now. It's okay that you don't pay your light bill. It's okay. You were traumatized when you were 7, so it's okay for you not to pay the light bill now. You see how stupid that sounds?
It does sound pretty stupid, but I don't know. Whatever.
I'm gonna go open the other room so I can get the link. Yeah, I'm gonna open the other room so we can get the link.
Oh yeah, I
And I'll
forgot.
post it.
Hey, it's 11 o'clock already, or 12, wherever you at.
It is time been flying. And
This
like my days kind of merged together. I've been taking Benadryl. I just kind of been floating.
Benadryl. Why, you got allergies? Nah, bro, you got to do the
I
inhaler,
thought
bro.
it was allergies at first, so I was taking. Yeah, I'm gonna buy me a couple of them inhalers.
The inhaler is,
You do the whole inhaler, right?
bro, I'm telling you, bro, the inhaler is the best thing
Uh,
ever. Get it from Sam's though; it's cheaper.
You inhale the whole can?
No, crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's just one squirt of each nostril. Matter of fact, are you gonna be in town this week, or you gonna stay be there?
No, no, I'm coming. I'm coming up there with you at.
All right, I got one for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna drop out real quick to open that other room. I'll come back with the link.
We got a good title.
I'm gonna put all Christians love twerking for the devil.
Put Christians are stupid. There it is, right there.
There you go. Christians are stupid and they love twerking for the devil. Got it.
Uh, that
I'll
may
be
be too
back.
long. Twerking for the devil part.
All right.
I don't
They
think men
love tip
Christians twerk.
drilling. They be
Tip
tip
drill.
drilling for the devil.
Tip drill
All
for the
right.
devil.
Christians are stupid. I'll be back.
Hey, sure enough. Oh, he fell off.
Save twerking for the devil for tomorrow. Oh Lord, Caleb.
Whoa,
Hey man, this was a good little switch over. Why do black women love bums? And I think the black women still don't understand it. They don't know why they love bums. Still, they are in a gulf fixed right now, and it's
Shalom,
Caleb's fault.
shalom, leadership.
yes,
Y'all
sir.
got time for one more?
I'll take a call,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir.
Shalom, most high Christ, bless leadership. um, just a few observations that I had, like recently and like currently going on, why the sisters be picking bum men. picking bum brothers to be with. Um, there's no restrictions with a bum. Like the sister can like take care of him and and then she can still go out and like do her thing on the side. You know, like no, I'm not saying that all sisters doing that, but like these are my observations within my family that I'm seeing.
The dude can't
Um,
say nothing.
right, he can't say nothing because she going out, she's working, she come home, the PlayStation is piping hot, like you can melt skin off.
Bro, you said
You know what I mean?
piping hot, bro. That's like
Piping hot.
that's some down south word. I think.
But again, this is just an observation that okay, when I moved here to Texas, I had to stay with my in-laws until we closed on our own house, and every adult person in the house went to work except for the bum brother, and we all come home from work. And like I said, this PlayStation was like hot to touch. Like you couldn't like put your hand on it. He had been on it from sun up until we came home from work. So like when she would have like when she would be in her adulterous state of affairs, he couldn't say nothing. He couldn't say a word, and he knew they would get divorced. They remarried. They got divorced again, and this was like a ongoing thing. He would never do anything. He would never work. He would never stand up. I even tried to pull the brother over into the truth. He didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. I said, "Well, look, I congregate with these brothers. Once you come with me and let the teachers teach. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just gotta let the teachers teach because because he knows me, so he wouldn't receive it from me. But if like one of the brothers teach him, he'd probably receive it. He didn't want a part of it. He just wanted to say, play PlayStation, not raise his kids, uh, let his wife be an adulteress, and he was fine with that. So there's no restrictions on the sister, and then like with the brother, he's just comfortable because she's gonna pay all the bills. He got a roof over his head. He got food to eat. He got a car that he drives that he don't pay for. You know what I'm saying? Like she's carrying him, and he got comfortable. She was still going out doing everything that she wanted to do, but then she got to the point where she's like, "Well, I can't be with the man I want to be with because I got this bum brother that I'm married to again." So that's what that was an observation that I had. Another one is, like even like another sister that like she knows about the truth, but she's gonna cater to her flesh and have the bum brother living with her while she doing all the heavy lifting. I'm like, sis, like you got counsel from me, you got counsel from pops, you got counsel from all your brothers. We've all told you leave this man alone. Like don't have no dealings with him. Like shut the door completely. Don't even leave the door open because if you leave the door open, he gonna find his way back in there. So
Yeah,
they're not accepting the counsel that we're giving because you know that flesh be calling, and then and when it'll overtake you if you're not girded up. And I try to make sure my sister uh, congregate. Hey, look, go out there. Say they got a school near you. You able bodied, get your ass in that car and go and congregate. And
bro. They don't.
that's just my observations.
People that stupid don't listen, bro. Like at the end of the day, stupid people don't listen.
Facts.
Like man, like I'll tell you this.
Facts.
Like I sometimes I think like man, I would probably be the best like dating coach for women on the planet. Because when you used to be a nigga, you done heard all the tricks and the lies and the way around, and I really could help. But I just don't think they would listen. Like that would be the crazy part. I remember this sister that I knew. She graduated from a nice college. She had a good career. She was beautiful. and she just kept getting with dudes that just come over, smash for a little bit, and leave her alone. And I'll be like, well, why you let these dudes have sex with you? She's like, well, I just like sex. I was like, but now you're here. You're always end up right back here. Like, what's wrong? Like, you could get a guy that'll take you out and date you and wine and dine you and drop down on the knee. You could find that guy. Like, what are you doing? But she just was stupid. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I think I don't understand. Like, women, you need a man. You need a man. You need a man. It is what it is. Uh, you need to listen to men. You know, Kevin Samuels was right. Kevin Samuels was right. He was 1,000% right. Now, was he a godly man? Nah, he wasn't a godly man. If he would take, if he would just, if he took a couple steps back and was like, hey, with the truth, but what he was saying, it was right. You know, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, sister just said right and
Right
dead.
and
A lot
dead.
a lot of people dead. You gonna die too. That mean you mean you stupid. He cared. Look, if you listen to some of his shows, he said that he wanted to see black men with black women. Ain't that a good thing? He said if you was a virgin, right, you need to save yourself and find you a man that's about his business. That was great advice. He told men, listen, get off your ass, work a job, work a second job, get your shit together before you go out and look for a woman. I Is that not good advice? Was he not trying to make men better for y'all women? I'm just saying, I don't understand why you hate a dude like that. You know, I don't get it. You hate a dude that's telling men to get themselves together, to get right, get a job, get a career before you start laying with women. He actually was telling men that. He was telling men to do that. He was like, listen, get a job, get a second job. Get your money up, get a career, be professional, try and aspire to be what was the word they used? What kind of man? I can't remember the word he would use. The high level.
I,
Was it
I value.
high value? He was like, become a high value man. That's what he was telling men to do. He was trying to make more men so y'all can have better choices of men. That's what he was like, become a high value man. Then he would tell the women, listen, save your body and find a good husband. But he said, but if you was already out there, then hey, you out there already. But that's what he was saying. He was like, listen, stop getting with dudes that ain't got nothing going for themselves. What's wrong with you? Some women didn't hate that because he was like telling them the truth. He just was telling you the truth.
They don't like that he was calling them women fat. That's what they don't
They
like.
was, but some
But
of
they
these women
was
was
fat.
fat, bruh. Some of these women were saying stuff that didn't make no sense. They was like, I got three baby daddies and I want a man that make $500,000 a year. It's like, and he was like, there are not many men in that category, and the men in that category, why would they want you? That made that makes all the sense in the world. What it should make you say, you know what? Why would a man making $500,000 a year want me? And then it should make you say, you know what? Maybe I should get in shape. Maybe I should stop talking ratchet. Maybe I should do these things. And maybe that man will want me. I don't know. But I don't, what do I know? I thought he was trying to save women. Because I used to watch him when he was talking about men and what men should do, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't catch him a lot earlier. You know, it it'll change a lot of stuff about your mindset as a man. It's like, when he was saying like nobody really values a man, I was like, man, you know what, he right. Don't nobody give a damn about a man. I was like, shit. When he started saying, hey, you deserve better than that, I was like, you know what? Why was I messing with these ratchet ass hoes? I deserve something better than that. Would have saved me a lot of time. But I don't know. People didn't like him because he was telling the truth, which it is what it is. And yes, he is dead. He dead. He died. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. What, you gonna hurt his feelings? He dead. I'm gonna hurt his feelings. Don't be mad at him because you made bad decisions. But all right, we got the other room open. Christians are stupid, and so are women that get with bums. They're stupid too. And
It's
bums.
stupid.
Bums are stupid. Well, I don't know, man, because
Mom's kind of smart now.
they done figured it out.
They broke the Da Vinci Code. That's what the Da Vinci Code was all about, right there.
They,
How
they,
can
they,
I how can I not do nothing but still get hoes? That's the Da Vinci Code.
but they left the matrix, bro. Like they were able to go back into the world, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Dang y'all.
yeah. I mean, you could say Kevin Sanders was a hypocrite. He probably was a hypocrite. He was a hypocrite. But you know what? Christ told us, go to Matthew 23 real quick. And this the thing, when you people in their emotions and not really thinking, because if I got one arm and I'm trying to tell you what not to do, that you can end up with one arm, you should listen to him, because he's telling you, look, I only got one arm, and this is how I got one
This is
arm. So
how it
don't
happened.
don't don't do this. Don't do this. Don't follow my example. I'm telling you what to do. Don't follow me. Do this. Do that. Right? And he'll tell you why he was messed up. He said because he grew up in a house of women. And that's the reason why he made bad decisions. He'll tell you that. He done said it. He letting you know, like, look, women are the reason why I grew up around my mom. I grew up around this. I grew up I think he grew up in like a script, like his mom was a stripper or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Or somebody. He just grew up around a bunch of women, and that's why he had them mannerisms, and that's why he did some of the stuff he did. He made bad decisions. He'll tell you, he done said it. But read that Matthew 23, start at verse 1.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 1. Then spake Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do.
Right. Christ said, look, these the scribes and the Pharisees, who he called hypocrites on many different occasions. He said, listen, what they tell you to do it. Read.
But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not.
Right. He said, look, but don't do after they works, because they hypocrites. But what they telling you to do is right. So even Christ told you, hey, listen to these hypocrites. Just don't do after they works. That's how everybody that got Israel in their name, it don't mean they read the Bible. Because you can learn a lot from a dummy. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Them crash test dummies, they should teach everybody to put a seatbelt on. Put on your seatbelt. Just like from him, he was spitting fire. But you know what? People didn't want to listen because there was too much truth coming out. He told the black woman to stop being fat. I mean, People like didn't like it. They got mad. It is what it is. Don't hate. Lose weight.
Damn.
Dang, that's a t-shirt.
Yeah, it
T-shirt.
is a t-shirt.
Hell no. I ain't about to make that shirt. Brothers be getting stabbed.
I'm not fat. I'm just big boned. Why your bones jiggle?
Brothers will get stabbed with that shirt. Don't hate, just lose weight. I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Give me a week, y'all, before somebody else make the shirt. I think about it. Nah, I'm not making that shirt. You can have it. Just send me one for free. That'd be my payment.
That'd be the least you could do. Send them one for free.
Yep.
All right.
I wear XL. No more 3X. I'm in the XL. I didn't hate. I just lost weight. Tell your friends about me. Hey, sure enough. Did I
Yes, sir.
did I hate my neighbor when I gave away all my big clothes? Like, was that hatred?
Damn. Damn. Now you think about it. Nah, I wouldn't hate you because, it's, maybe some of those brothers already coming down from their weight. You know what I mean? And maybe they could fit it. Because you say you were fat. You wouldn't. Let me,
Yeah,
a
bro.
world
See,
outlook
there
or
you go.
perspective of
There you go.
fat.
There
You
you go.
wasn't.
You lying. You
I'm not.
lying.
I'm not. No, I'm finna tell you. Yes, you was overweight.
No, I was
But
fat,
when
bro.
I
Stop
okay, you was
lying.
fat. You was fat. You was fat. All right. Well, when I'm talking about fat, like when somebody see somebody, they be like, "Damn, that nigga fat." You you wasn't that type of fat. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying like some niggas that's coming down from, damn, that nigga fat, right? Who could wear those clothes because you were smaller than other fat people. That's all I'm saying. You know what
So I
I mean?
was fat.
You was
I was
fat, but you
fat.
wasn't.
There you go.
Damn.
Look, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Fat, bro. Nah, I don't see. I looked at old pictures, bro. None of y'all loved me, bro.
Come on now, Jud.
Y'all didn't love me, man.
I told you, let's hit the gym. I told you, I was asking you, man. You did that cardio today? You got on that treadmill? And
You
you
know what?
said, and you used to tell me, shut up, you can't tell me what to do. You said.
Nah, man. Me and my wife, we got a whole song about you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. So that's like my phrase. You can't tell me what to do. And nobody can steal that. That's my phrase. That's between me and my wife. You can't tell me what to do. All right. We're gonna turn that into a song and make millions, I tell you. Millions.
It probably will. The music they got out nowadays.
For real, bro. All you need is a beat. I need to call. What's that dude name that's do beats for Drake? 40.
Damn, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, I need to get up with 40 and get him to make me a beat. Then I'll be a millionaire. I don't think I even want to be a millionaire, bro. Cause I don't want nothing to take me out the truth.
I feel you. I take on those problems. Don't you worry.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
I just want to know if I could still comment. I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
No,
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Um,
no, go.
so honestly, since the topic it started to come about like, being overly sensitive about words. And I'm 19, but I don't have experience with men stuff like that, but I could see clearly because I got people in my circle and this is like me coming into the truth. Having people in my circle to be upfront, willing to be honest and check me. I think if the Most High was sugarcoating stuff with Israel, stuff like that, we would be more hard headed. And now that I have spiritual fathers who guide me, hold me accountable, I'm not out here repeating cycles and justifying myself and blaming getting all these type of excuses. I believe if I lay down with a bum, I would take full accountability. Like I don't want to waste my breath on blaming nobody else. Because once you start blaming and trying to say and try to examine what that other person did to justify what you did, how are you gonna grow? I feel like black women, they when you guys take accountability, they're taking so much offense at it, but then that's really how you gonna heal. It's not to offend you and to keep you going backwards or to keep you being combative about your feelings. Like the prophets does meet us with empathy, but I believe that we need to be honest and check each other. Like we're gonna create more children who lack discipline and the endurance to handle like the rawness of life by avoiding truth. And the same thing with these black women, they still allow these family members that they keep in their lives to enable bad habits and like give them excuses, friends who co-sign their poor decision to avoid conflict, men who give like temporary comfort to them, and online spaces that hype victimhood but never push healing. Healing gonna feel like it hurt, and I felt that plenty of times in this truth because I needed to get over that trauma and justification. Sometimes you don't see it. You're like, no, I'm not really justifying, but you are. So it's like you take a look back, you be quiet, and you will see that, oh shoot, I'm really justifying it. And that's why if I end up, talking to someone under me, I'm gonna start justifying that little child too, because I haven't grown out of it. So I'm gonna start justifying what they do. And it's so important not to, create that same cycle over and again, because not only you gonna place that judgment on your head more, but for that person under you. So that's all I had to say.
Sis, how old are you again?
Damn, that's what I'm about
19
to say.
years old.
Dang, man, you too young for my son. Dang. That's like,
Yo,
hey, hold on now.
hey, but Baruch 17, goddamn.
Baruch, nah,
Yo,
Baruch, no, she too old for Baruch.
yeah, hey, bruh, a 19-year-old sister can understand this and be able to voice it so eloquently, so able for people to understand. That's
Somebody clip
crazy.
that, clip it.
Somebody, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You
Oh,
know what
praise it.
somebody will call that sister though?
All praises. It's because
You
of
know
you
what?
guys.
You know what? Evil black woman would call her. They would call her a pick me though.
Right.
That's the crazy part about our society, is that a young woman will say something like that, and instead of sister saying, you know what, I wish I knew that when I was 19 years old, they're gonna call her a pick me and say, you just want somebody. You just want somebody. Yes, yes, everybody should want somebody. Like, man, I mean, come on, who don't want to? I mean, it don't make no sense. Some of y'all don't make sense. Like, I don't want no. Yeah, you do. You do want somebody. My wife still can't open pickle jars. Yo, you should want somebody. Like just like look, we got weeds in the backyard. I'm like, I'm paying money for to not have weeds. So I ran into the weed man, not the drug weed man, but the company, and they don't like my house because I live on a hill, and they don't like it. And my backyard is pretty big, and they don't like dealing with my yard. And so when I ran into the dude was like, I said, hey, you need to, can and I was nice, I'm not stupid, what I'm saying, I'm nice to people. I was like, hey, I don't know if this part right here, can you make sure you show it a little attention? And he kind of had a little smart aleck thing to say. I was like, all right, this y'all last day in my yard, it just is what it is. I'm like, you ain't work, you done, you know. You need a man to make that decision and be like, nah, he ain't working here no more. I'll get somebody else. Or I'll do my own damn yard. I'm just being lazy. You know, I instead of paying for it, I just buy the stuff and do it myself. But a woman probably wouldn't pick up on the fact that he's not doing the whole yard. It's like they'll just let you say, well, it just takes some time. It takes some time. Like, nah, nigga, you ain't doing the whole yard. The problem is you ain't doing the whole yard, and I'm paying you money to do it. So I don't know, man. It's just one of my man stories, but all praises for the sister. You know, y'all sisters need to, what they say in Job. Um, dang, give me that real
32.
quick.
Yes, sir.
32, yeah, 32 and 8. Is it 8?
7. Start at verse 7. Rita,
This
come on, you're killing me, Smalls.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Job, chapter 32, verse 7. I said, they should speak and
So the
multitude.
box, so it's telling you that if you owe, it should say something. They should speak. Read.
And multitude of years should teach wisdom.
Right. If you've been on this earth for a certain amount of time, you should that should have taught you something. It should have taught you something, right? Go ahead.
But there is a spirit in man.
But there is a spirit in man and woman. There's something inside of you that makes it to where you don't pick up on stuff. It's a spirit. It's a spirit for you to have an issue with being able to say that you want and need a man. That's It's a spirit in you. It's a spirit in you to be fat and say, I'm not fat. It's a spirit in you to be stupid and but not wanting somebody to say that you're stupid. It's a spirit. It's a spirit in you for you not to be able to perceive that what Kevin Samuels, even though he did say some stuff that definitely wasn't biblical, but his overall message, it's a spirit in you to not know that overall message was to help you. Read.
But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Great men are not always wise,
Right. Because you old, it don't mean that you smart. Great men and great women are not always wise. Read.
neither do the aged understand judgment.
Right. Sometimes y'all old people, just because you old and you think, oh, I've been on this earth so many years, you ain't got no understanding of nothing. You still creating the same you doing the same bad habits over and over and over and over and over again. Over again. And instead of you saying from your experience, don't do that, you just a hater and you teaching the women to be worse than you was. Rather than to say, hey, listen, when I was young, I did this. That was stupid. I made stupid decisions. Don't be like me. Don't make stupid decisions. Right? I tell dudes all the time, I'm like, look, don't do it. It ain't nothing there. It ain't nothing. Don't do it. I done been there. I done been in the streets. I done been in the clubs. I done been chasing women. I done been chasing money. It's nothing. It's stupid. It's vanity. Don't make the same dumb decisions that I made, right? When you waste so many years of your life doing stupid stuff and then you gotta pay for it. Don't do it. Y'all older women that done made stupid decisions your whole life, y'all should be the best teachers of these young women to say, don't be like me. But you're so selfish that you don't even want to do that. Keep reading. It's the reader sleep.
No, sir. I was trying to send you a message. It's the book of Job, chapter 32, verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. Therefore I said, hearken to me, I also will show mine opinion.
Right. So it's just going into that. You good, reader, or you gotta go?
Yes, sir, I gotta go.
All right, man. Just say you gotta go, man.
I
I
ain't
could have
want to
read it.
interrupt you, sir.
Huh?
I ain't want to interrupt
All right, man. But don't be late for work. Come on, man.
you.
Well, I appreciate you. Y'all putting in good work. But you gotta go. You gotta go, man. All right. So look, we got to switch over to the other room. But yeah, like I was just saying, just talking about. Listen, hey, at the end of the day, just it's crazy that a young sister is able to bring out some wisdom, and some of y'all older sisters that was in here, maybe not the ones that's on stage, but some stuff we done heard before. It's like it's just stupid. Like you sound stupid. Stop sounding stupid. You know, learn something from your past. Stop letting dudes come over to your house and smash and then leave, and you in love. Like stop doing that. Have some Set some expectations, set some goals, be like, I'm not, look, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Like the next dude that has sex with me is gonna be my husband. And live by that. you know. But then put yourself in a position where you're gonna be around men that feel the same way, that men that's like, hey, because we raising our sons up to what? To be a virgin until they pick them a wife. That's what we're doing. A lot of people hate the Israelites. Y'all hate what we say. Y'all hate it, but guess what? We're building men to have some respect over their seed and not just shoot it all over the place and everywhere. Nah, it's like, listen, you know, I still laugh at Show Enough, son, when we said when class was coming on and the word dildo came out, and he looked over and he said, "Dad, what's a dildo?" Man, that was the funniest thing ever. But it showed the innocence of the men that we're raising to where they don't even know what that is. And I was young and I knew what that was because I wasn't raised to be that way. And so we're trying to raise the next generation of leaders on this earth, and we trying to get y'all to stop being stupid at the end of the day. So sisters, you ain't gotta be stupid. You ain't gotta pick a bum. You know, you can make a change. You ain't gotta be who you used to be. You could have been a hoe. It is what it is. You know, you ain't gotta stay a hoe though. You can change. All right. All right. So look, we
I got you,
show
Jay.
enough. Yeah, yeah, you got
Yes,
me.
sir. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Click that link up top. We switch on over to Upload God's Laws. Same people, same moderators. We just got two rooms because y'all know Esau is the devil. They be trying to shut us down. So it's, make sure we got two channels, two rooms established. Click the link up top and let's switch on over. The topic for the day is Christians are stupid. Can you say Christians are stupid, baby girl? It's okay. When she learn how to talk, that's gonna be her first words. Well, not first words. She gonna say some other words. She already saying like mom and dad. So well, when she speak full sentences, the first sentence is gonna be Christians are stupid. So click the link up top. Let's switch on over. I'm sure Christians are gonna come in and they're gonna prove the title correct, as they always do. All right. But while y'all click that link, let's go ahead and read that in Matthew chapter 26.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 6. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman have done, be told for memorial of her.
Dirty. All praise. So we command when the truth of this gospel come out. We give reverence to this woman that did a great work for Christ. Hey, click the link up top. We about to get ready to shut this one down. We'll see you over and Upload God's Laws. All right. With that, we're gonna say shalom.